Roy, can you find me whatever sound we have back there that makes fun of the Yankees? Just anything from the files that we have of things that have made fun of the Yankees over the last 20 years. What do you have back
Now
there?
the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow!
Okay.
Ow!
Keep that. That'll work.
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
Just keep the ow, ow, ow parts of that and cut out all the other fat.
Ow!
Yeah.
I kind of like it hit me.
No, yep.
Ow!
More of it. Well, just
It hit me.
Let me hear.
Ow.
Let me hear the whole thing. Just all of it.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
I think it's better as just 3 hours and then ambient noise.
Motion to keep
Ow.
the entire sound, please.
Ow!
Let me hear what other sound you have to make fun of the Yankees today.
Roger Clemens is in George's box, and Roger Clemens is coming back. Oh my goodness gracious! Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen, Roger Clemens standing right in George Steinbrenner's box, announcing he is back. Roger Clemens is a New York Yankee.
Kind of an overreaction, no?
I think it's the last great moment the Yankees have had.
Goodness gracious!
Win a World Series after that.
Goodness gracious!
Wait. Because my timelines
They
have...
won in 09.
Hold on. Give me the names of the teams that have won a World Series more recently than the Yankees. The Cubs and the Red Sox.
The Royals.
The Nationals. The Nationals.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious!
Giants, maybe more than once.
Rangers.
The Rangers.
Wow.
Giants 3 times.
Goodness gracious!
Happy New York Suffers Today Day. Billy ran in today, though, and this is super rare for Billy, where I can hear the smile in his voice, and he's just talking about white Corvettes.
Goodness gracious!
What are you up to?
I'm up to nothing, but I'm prepared to maybe have to be involved in some nonsense, which, sometimes I'm down for some nonsense. So we talked about this yesterday. Greg was complaining that he got a Corvette for his birthday, a white Corvette. He didn't like a white Corvette. And then you made a bet with Nick Wright for $5,000 over a game that I don't think either of you really care all that much about, which is, weird. But rich people stuff. You're just betting $5,000 like it's nothing.
I'll give you points.
Yeah, that. It was strange. And then he said that he bought his dad an old car that was not white. It was seafoam green, if I remember correctly. And then we somehow found a 1993 Chevy Corvette that was for sale for under $5,000. So we decided, unbeknownst to Nick Wright, to possibly change the stakes of this bet. So he may think that he's going to be owed $5,000, but may in fact receive a 1993 Chevy Corvette that needs a transmission. So then we're trying to figure out, how do we get this Corvette to him if he loses, and what does he do with said car when
If he wins.
Yes.
Under 100K miles, by the way. That's good.
But no transmission.
But who needs a transmission?
That's one
What
of
is
those.
a transmission?
Exactly
anyways?
right.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
there.
You
It's
just
either
put
a man or woman mission. Thank you.
Ow!
You were great yesterday, by the way.
Thank you.
Did you hear the news, Dan? Start spreading it.
Ow!
Now it's time for action. Tonight's gonna burn this bar right up. Slap shot will light the lamp so nice. Let's go for a breakaway on the chase to raise the cup. We'll be standing on our heads till we meet 'em at center ice. Hockey is back, Jack. Hockey is back, Jack. Hockey is back, Jack, baby, and we'll meet you at center ice.
The Nationals winning a World Series more recently than the Yankees, and the Cubs winning more recently, and the Red Sox winning more recently, and the Rangers and the Royals winning more recently, while the GM is never in trouble, but the manager is in profound trouble reminds me of what's happening or what's been happening in Florida with the Dolphins.
Cashman is still there?
Oh, yeah. He's got a lifetime job. That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
For that franchise?
That's right.
When they haven't won a World Series since 2009? Yep. That's really?
Ow!
The Yankees' failure when it was wide open for them. Skubal got hurt, and then the Blue Jays just became something that I legitimately have never seen before happen to the Yankees, and I think anyone in baseball. The way the Blue Jays were hitting is crazy. The Yankee ERA of the starting pitchers was above 16. Just as the starting pitchers. For the entire ALDS, the Yankees had an ERA of 9. But Aaron Judge will forever have his moment.
He covered his guy. He had a big at-bat in that 9th inning. He handled his.
They can't take that away from him ever. Game 3 of the 2025 ALDS. I mean, and I will say this, to Jeremy's credit, we could have witnessed history if he hit a meaningless home run yesterday, because here's the thing about Aaron Judge that's great, is when your team is bad and it's, you're always on the brink of elimination, every game becomes an elimination game. So everything that you do becomes more historic because you did it in an elimination game because you immediately are down and on the brink of elimination, which Derek Jeter, to my memory, was never eliminated from.
Keywords there is team stinks.
I don't think Derek Jeter ever.
No, he never lost.
No.
Not once.
And he's great on TV, if we're going to be honest.
Roy, would you get me again that moment on Fox? Because I don't think anything says 2025 more than Pedro Martinez, Alex Rodriguez, and Big Papi just standing around trying to figure out how to say Schlittler. And then Big Papi just says something that makes people who have been more scared of how things look than he is, because A-Rod and Jeter have more consequences about how things look than David Ortiz. So what you end up happening on television, because Schlittler's the one who ends up trying yesterday to keep them in the game. He held down Toronto enough, more than anybody else did for the Yankees. But this was the moment of that series. Again, I want to give you the history. Derek Jeter doesn't want anything ever said bad about him publicly, has a pristine image. A-Rod, you know how pristine he likes things to look. David Ortiz cares slightly less.
Every single one of you pronounce his last name. You kept first.
Schlittler.
Oh, well, he's the master. Schlittler.
Schlittler.
Now your turn.
Sound like Hitler.
Oh, my gosh. No.
Incredible judgment from
Right, let's go to a break, guys.
Cam, I'm going Cam.
My bad. I put Pedro there.
Wrong Dominican.
Yeah, I just
Wrong network.
You just had him in the side there. Like,
Come on.
He's with Jimmy Rollins and Curtis Granderson, the Grandy Man.
my bad. Aaron Judge did as much as he could have. Aaron Judge played well in that series. Aaron Judge was hitting everything
He
in
hit
that
600,
series.
Dan.
It's so funny. Toronto's 8th hitter, is that Clement?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
Sure.
How many hits did he have in that series?
You ready for this one? So Trent Grisham of the Yankees went 2 for 17. Volpe went 1 for 15 with 11 strikeouts. Ben Rice went 2 for 11 with 5 strikeouts. Jazz went 2 for 14. Cody Bellinger went 3 for 16. That means they were combined 10 for 73. Clement had 9 hits.
Every time I saw that guy hitting, he was choked up on the bat, hitting a duck fart right in front of an outfielder.
That's baseball. I like that. Choking up, duck fart. There we go.
But
You could see the vibration off the end of the bat in that last one. It was amazing.
The Yankees keep throwing these high-priced starters at him. They don't have Garrett Cole, and he just keeps going up there. And every time he was up there, I felt he was closer to holding the top of the bat than the bottom of the bat. And it's just like hit the ball 97 feet right over the second baseman's head, right over the shortstop's head, and then wait for Vladdy Guerrero to get back up so he can have his 9 hits.
That's what wins in the postseason, though. That's why the Yankees keep losing, is because they're home run or bust, and you need guys that can actually have those duck farts to right center. Because in the modern game, there's so many teams that are so swing and miss, and when you get to the postseason, it's either Schwarber hits 2 home runs or you lose. It's Judge hits a bunch of home runs or you lose, and that's the spot the Yankees found themselves in yet again.
Did you guys enjoy it? Billy, did you enjoy watching the Yankees lose, or is that something that has now become cliche since 2009?
Did I enjoy watching them lose? Yes.
You sound like Pam Bondi repeating the question.
I enjoyed watching them lose. Did I enjoy watching Clayton Kershaw fall apart?
Easy. What is that supposed to mean?
Shoehorned.
Straw man.
How much did you enjoy it?
Kershaw or the Yankees?
Well, I didn't even ask you about Kershaw. You went to Kershaw.
Well,
I didn't care. I wasn't thinking about Kershaw. I didn't ask you any. You were the first one to mention that Kershaw blew up during. Most people were sleeping during that last
I watched
night.
Kershaw coming out of the bullpen. He's a hoss now, huh?
This was sad. It was sad to see him come out of the bullpen.
The last time I watched him pitch, Dan, he was at least 40 pounds lighter.
He is thicker.
Aren't we all, though?
That's fair enough.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Aren't we all thicker now?
And to do it in front of his maybe hero, maybe not. Maybe we're just pretending he's hero, Sandy Koufax.
Someone needs a memo from the War Department.
Wasn't asking you about Kershaw or the
They
Dodgers.
let him finish that game. They would have let him give up 60 runs if he was going to give up 60 runs, right? He wasn't even on the roster the first round. So then they had him there, and that was honestly was like just a respect thing for Kershaw. I was like, okay, this is his last season. We're going to send him back out there. We already lost this game. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. We're up 2-1. Or we're up 2-0, I guess, against the Phils. He's going to get his moment. And I mean, I'll tell you what. It was prime playoff Kershaw. So the fans did get that if that's what they were looking for.
Didn't ask you about Kershaw.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know if we were going to get there or not, so I decided.
I
the
was
Yankees,
hoping we
though,
wouldn't.
I mean, jeez.
Ow!
They stink, huh? Yankees? And then they asked Aaron Boone, you going to be back next year? And he's like, I'm under contract. Buddy, you're not going to be back. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. It's not going to. What is this fool doing that I see over here on the screen?
It's Zaslow joining us from Europe. I have been told by Roy that he is on delay, which doesn't bode well for wherever it is that we're headed now in terms of audio and video. Before we get to Zaslow, though, can you just play the manager of the Blue Jays, Roy, John Schneider, making fun of the Yankees in his own clubhouse yesterday? Because really, I have not seen a baseball team hit the way that Toronto hit in that series. They just clubbed and dragged the Yankees all over the place. And so John Schneider, the Blue Jays manager, and I would forgive Mike Ryan for thinking that Cito Gaston was still the Blue Jays manager either time, given that we just told him that Cashman is still the GM of the Yankees. But let's go ahead and play John Schneider making fun of the Yankees with one punctuation of sentence that just makes fun of Sinatra, makes fun of New York, makes fun of the idea that you guys are winners.
Every single one of you in bullpen game, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, all you it takes everybody every day. Start spreading the news, bitches. We're going!
That dude was a mean IPA.
He never even got to spread the news. He wanted to tell us what the news on where it is that they were going, but they didn't let him spread the news because they spread champagne all over his face. Play again how they drown out their manager and whatever it is that he was going to say after making fun of Sinatra and New York.
Every single one of you in bullpen game, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, all you it takes everybody every day. Start spreading the news, bitches. We're going!
Wait till they get a load of Scooble.
The courtesy on this video is Ariel Helwani. Was he there?
He's just there. Anything that happens Canada, he's there.
Just getting soaked? Just like, oh, shh.
What is going on with Zaslow? Billy, do you want to introduce him? I saw people complaining that he's now in the company Slack. I saw people complaining that as soon as his podcast shoots up the rankings, he does it the special Meadowlark way, takes a long vacation and just goes to Europe so that everything could die as soon as he leaves. What is happening over there, Zaslow? Where are you joining us from?
I'm at Windsor Castle, my dogs. How are you guys? What's going on?
What are you, on a Motorola Razr? What is that?
I'm on a regular phone. Look at this. I'm in a castle. There's a castle behind me. You know about that? You know about that Windsor Castle?
No, that's a manor if I've ever seen one. How is it
Matter of fact,
How's it possible that
go ahead.
Zasloh's reception is better than Tony's when Tony was like 3 stories ahead of us or above us like 3 days ago, and there's no delay here with Zaz?
It's a good question. Meadowlark Media.
Useless comment by Billy. Absolutely
Is there any other kind? Zaslow, what were you going to say before Billy interrupted you because you're calling us on delay?
Oh, it's just going to be like, you know, have you ever been at a castle? Matter of fact, if you look behind me here, you got one of those guards. You see that dude right there? Like he's guarding the castle. I think he was just doing a TikTok dance a few minutes ago, actually. But I got one of those guards behind me. I'm running this place, man. I was hoping to run into the king. I didn't see him, though. I was going to pull like a Black Panther move where I was going to be like, yo, you know, this is your king. But that fool was scared. He wasn't anywhere to be found.
Why weren't you here for the Panthers raising another banner, giving out their rings? Why are you about as geographically far away from your team as you can be?
Dan, let me break something to you here. All right, wives, they love money.
Oh, for the love
and
of God.
when you get the money, which I'm getting now, you know what they want to do with it, Dan? They want to spend it. And one of the things they like to do is travel. So here we are. I'm in London.
Why are you in the Slack, and why are people complaining that you're in the Slack? What is the story?
Complaining?
No,
What are you talking about complaining? I'm up in the ante.
I love that Zaz is in the Slack because he is doing it as pure Zaz. I don't think he understands what the video dump is for. I think he's...
Oh, I understand.
You're just making it a vacation album, but I like it. Look, like he sent this and with the caption of, you know about that Stonehenge?
He's seeing the world on Meadowlark's money.
There was one time he saw a statue of like some English figure, and he was like,
I know that fool.
I don't know that fool was the caption. Yeah, so he lives the gimmick, Dan. Oh, wow. Surprisingly, we can confirm it's an iPhone and not a Motorola Razr.
Tough to say that word.
Are you guys just telling me that Meadowlark is providing Zaz for the first time with culture in his life? You haven't been to any of these places before? You basically haven't been outside of Pembroke Pines, right?
First of all, I didn't know that the video dump is not my vacation scrapbook. No one, I got to plead ignorance on that one. Was that wrong? You know, I don't know. But I haven't been out of Cooper City in many, many years. I had to update my passport. I haven't been to Europe in 25 years, but I'm here now. I run this place now. Spreading the word. Look, I'm even wearing my LeBatard Show gear. Look, check it out.
You guys realize that he is climbing the ranks at college football at ESPN, and just recently, bought things other than the junk that's in his closet, so that when he travels to Wisconsin, he's not doing so in a 2006 Miami Heat T-shirt.
Do undercover cops look like that in Europe as well?
You do look like a very bad undercover cop, like 21 Jump Street spin-off. Like you're dressed like a high school
Whatever,
kid.
man. Whatever, man. Hang with him. I don't know what to tell you.
That looks like someone that would tweet at me he doesn't know who Bad Bunny is.
I like Bad Bunny.
Thank you for joining us. Anything else you're going to put in the Slack? From where else are your travels taking you?
Yeah.
When are you back?
I'm going to put a lot more things in the Slack. I got some great pictures of Buckingham Palace. I met up with Joy Taylor out here yesterday. I might throw some pictures of me and her in the Slack. Hey, that's my gimmick.
Buddy, you better come back here and take back your gimmicks. You can't just leave on vacation as soon as you get hot. That's not the way that works. It does around here, but no other media entity is that the way it works.
You know what happens? The listeners, they want me more. They're like, where are you, Zaslow? Where are you? And then when I come back, I'm going to come back to a king's welcome. That's exactly what's going to happen. This is a good plan by me. I know what I'm doing, Dan.
Okay. Thank you for joining us from Stonehenge and from a castle. We appreciate your worldly travels. Come back and tell us about.
By the way, I'm 5 hours ahead of you, Dan. Do you understand how time zones work?
Yeah, generally.
Okay. All right, swing it short. Whatever.
Okay.
Who wins Game 4 tonight? Phillies or Dodgers? You already know the results.
Oh, you want the spoiler?
Yeah, spoiler.
Phillies forced to Game 5. You're gonna love it. It's a great game.
Wow.
Great game. Phillies
Thanks,
forced Game
Zaz.
5. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Don't tell anyone I told you. It's kind of breaking the rules of time travel.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Just going to make it clear, he's still 4 hours from watching that game.
Thank you. It's an important correction. He just wanted to make from Europe a Lord's time zone joke because the further inside you go on the jokes, the more about him he can make it, which makes him fit right in around here. One of the things that I most enjoyed about yesterday's Yankee game is the bases getting loaded in the bottom of the eighth, and Hope rising up.
It lasted for one pitch, that hope.
That's what I liked. It's the bottom of the eighth, and now we got to watch in the ninth sort of mill out of the ballpark in the ninth inning because you know your season's over because you had one pitch of hope. You were just trying to get everything back to Judge, the only one on your team that can hit, and you needed to load the bases in the bottom of the eighth, and then your season goes to die because there's no way for him to hit a 7-run home run in the ninth.
And there's also not a fan base in the world that thinks every fly ball is going out of their ballpark more than the Yankees because their short porch and right, they just kind of think every time the ball's hitting the air, it's going to be a homer. So you could hear on the fly ball for just half a second the,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
It was fun to hear hope die at the feet of the Toronto Blue Jays, who might again win a World Series before the Yankees. The Mariners might win a World Series before the Yankees. The Brewers might win a World Series before the Yankees.
Tigers.
The Tigers might win a World Series before the Yankees. I would imagine the Mariners are scared right now. I would imagine you would have to be if you have the chance of facing Skubal and he's going to strike out 14 of you. You got to go the very hardest of ways to get to the next round.
GK's got to muster up something special. That's right. George Kirby on the mound, towing the rubber for the M's. If I could have one guy going against that guy, it's GK.
What is it that you guys expect when you put these pressure of expectations on people where Aaron Judge isn't doing enough even though he's doing everything because baseball is obviously a team sport until you give the ball to Skubal? Because the pitchers, you give them the ball, and this is the reason that you have Skubal. You have Skubal to win this game. It's the reason that you're asking your Cy Young pitcher to just take away from Seattle a season's worth of momentum. The best Seattle season that we've had since they had Griffey and Randy Johnson and A-Rod on their team. I'll throw Pedro in there because whenever A-Rod's around, I just throw Pedro in there, even though Pedro Martinez didn't pitch for that.
You're starting to get it.
They would have been real good with Randy Johnson and Pedro, Dan.
You guys didn't seem to enjoy this as much as I did. I do this very rarely where I enjoy watching people lose. I didn't do that. I didn't make Floyd Mayweather one of the richest people in the history of sports because I was rooting for him to lose. I did this some with Saban, and I always lost. I would tune into Alabama, and then they would just run the sport forever. But the Yankees, I tune in all season for that bottom of the eighth yesterday, for that swing, for the bases are loaded, for, oh, you dared to hope, and now you realize it's all gone. How quickly can you get to the subway?
It's a fascinating thing that happened to your fandom because you grew up being a Yankee guy, and now you root for them to lose. Yeah. It's really a testament to how awful New York is.
How awful New Yorkers in Miami are. It's
a special breed. New York, you guys seem to enjoy it up there. Well, actually, not really because they fly down here. But it's made Dan have a miserable experience with New York sports.
I wouldn't say that it's miserable. I would say that it's just grown from we only had the Yankees here in spring training once upon a time with the Dolphins, and it's the only major league team that we had down here, only major league sport that we had, and we only had it during spring training, and then we got all the other sports. And so I did what my parents did, rather. My parents grew up Mets fans. I've told you the happiest I've ever seen my father. Happiest I've ever seen him. 1986, the ball rolls through Buckner's legs. He dances around the living room in tighty whities that are above his navel. I remember my father dancing like that because my father doesn't really show joy that way. I also remember those underwear above the navel, old man abuelo style. Do you all have a father or an abuelo who wears the tighty whities that you remember from childhood over the navel, or is that just me? Was that just my?
That was just you, brother.
My grandfather did the cloth boxers, like the ones you get in prison. They're like very long and clothy. So he didn't go tighty whities, but he had like long, like they were up here, like you said, past the navel, but like cloth boxers. So they're like past his knees, but also past his navel at the same time.
Billy, nothing like this in your family history of somebody?
My parents were usually dressed, so I don't really know their underwear situation, to be honest.
Well, look, I've told you my father is somewhere on the Asperger scale. He did this. I was in my late 40s. Udonis Haslem and the Heat are on the road in a playoff game against Chicago, I think. He is so scared. I'm in his living room. I don't have an explanation for you on this. I don't think that this is normal in fandom in any way. I'm there with my girlfriend. My brother is there with his girlfriend in the living room. My father is so scared by what's happening at the end of that Heat game that he just takes his slacks off. He's standing in the living room.
Yeah, it's strange behavior, pal.
His house, though, his rules.
It is
his house, his rules. So.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
Like if we were at your house and then you did it, I'd be like, oh, Dan's house, his rules.
Yeah. I mean, I think I identified. There was this one time where Triple H was beating somebody up and he forgot he wasn't already wearing a shirt and he pantomimed taking off his shirt. So it's probably something similar.
So I guess you guys, I'm the only one. I thought my childhood was the normal one with an abuelo in the tighty whities. I guess not.
So they were Mets fans and Yankees fans?
No, so this is what happened because kids rebelled. They're Mets fans and then they became Marlins fans because the Marlins came to town and their son was writing about the Marlins players and grandma liked Chuck Carr and all of a sudden the allegiances.
R.I.P.
Wait a minute. Yeah?
Yeah. Rest in power.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. We talked about it, I think.
I did not know that.
Sent flowers to the late Carr family. It'd be ill-timed. Like, oh, we just heard about Chuck 6 years later. Sorry about
Let's
this.
send that car to Nick Wright instead.
Ooh, what if we send the Carr family a 1993 Corvette with no transmission? So Chuck would have liked this.
Chuck would have liked that, yeah.
Chuck maybe had a Corvette.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Mike Ryan's birthday today.
I thought that was for Chuck Carr for a second. Like, what?
I was like, wow, what an honor to share a birthday with the great Chucky Carr.
The late Chuck Carr. Congratulations on your birthday. Is this a big one? How old are you?
I'm 40 today.
Oh, it is a big one. Did we decide then which are the big ones? Because Michelle Beadle was on with us on Friday, and I thought 50. So you got 16, you got 18, you got 21, you got 50, you got 100. 40's not as big as 50, is it?
I don't know. 40 seems pretty big.
40's the new 30, though, so how do you do that math?
Well, then 30's big.
What are you doing? Are you doing anything special for your birthday?
I'm going to dinner tonight, and this weekend I'll be at Las Rosas. I have a DJ set late night. Great punk band from Portland coming over.
Portland? Warzone.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Dan? I know I've been late, but damn.
Inflatable chickens everywhere.
Are birthdays still happy once you reach a certain age? Because you just said I'm going to dinner. You said it wasn't quite.
Yeah, no, I got a big thing on Saturday at Las Rosas. Going to be celebrating with friends, open to the public. So come watch me spin. Lots of train drops at Jupiter.
Why is everyone just staring at you as if?
Well, because this feels a little awkward.
Speaking a different language.
It's number 250 on that list yesterday.
I bet you that list was reverse order.
That list was awful.
Well, explain to me what you guys did here, because I don't understand what you guys did. This is what happens to me, okay? And I don't, maybe you guys are producing the show differently than you used to. With no context whatsoever, no one informing me of anything, I get handed a list, okay, of many, many different papers that is just, and nobody has said anything to me. I'm walking in to do the show that's in my head, and someone hands me several pieces of paper that are 250 songs listed in order, ranked in order, 250 of them. And Ethan, who's got an opinion about everything, tells me that Runaway is very low on the list here, that Runaway deserves to be very high on the list. But no one's discussed anything with me about why I'm being handed this, why we're doing this, and why Ethan's giving me an opinion. Now, before we get here, hold on a second, because I know you guys are desperate to talk, as if I don't know that sometimes you guys just trick me. You're usually more subtle than this, to talk about the things that you want to talk about by not just merely handing me something that I don't necessarily want to talk about. But Ethan's opinions right before this was yelling at everybody why it is that Gainesville is not as terrible as Oxford.
Yeah. I mean, we can agree. No one here has been to Oxford, right?
No.
Safe to assume. Yeah, it even sucks. Bad town.
Yeah.
Ethan sucks? Is that what you said, Billy?
Well, we can agree. I thought that's where Mike was headed.
No, it wasn't where I was headed, but I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. Ethan's, he's
He's
eager.
fine.
Good kid.
Chatty.
Chatty.
Little
definitely,
chatty.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely chatty.
Yeah, but
Hockey
Dan,
show,
like
yeah.
what we did was,
Horny, too.
I'm being told.
That's true.
What?
I'm being told that they get into it quite a bit on Mystery Crate, so that is appointment listening for me. What we did was the same thing that we've done for 20 years. Hand you a paper, here's a list. List radio is a great fallback. You are lucky to have such a great team around you. And, I mean, there were already 2 Kanye songs on that list. Are we going to put Runaway in there? I don't know. Probably not.
Also, I'll clarify, we don't get into how chatty Ethan is. We get into this list of songs because that's what you want to listen to, not chatty Ethan.
I don't want to do a list of 250 songs that has no context that we were not talking about at all. I do want to talk about Gainesville and Oxford because the conversation that Mike and Ethan were having, I wanted on air, but unfortunately many of our good conversations happen off air. I wanted it on air without Ethan's involvement, which was Mike just telling Ethan again and again, no, you guys really need to keep Billy Napier. He does this thing
He's great.
where you get stronger during the season and you should keep him forever.
They fight for that coach. They love that coach.
That they play so hard for Billy Napier. Yes. Billy Napier has to stay in Gainesville, should be given a lifetime contract.
He should. I mean, you don't see teams fight for an embattled coach, and they've shown this year over year. They love their head coach. You see that spread at College Station? Very difficult place. And out of all the college environments that I've been to, traveling to, as a University of Miami fan, that's the nuttiest place. College Station is genuinely intimidating. The Swamp, nothing. Doak, nothing. Honestly, not a big deal. College Station, you feel that place. Only a 7.5-point spread. You know what that tells me? Even the bookkeepers know. They love that coach. He's a good coach. In today's modern age of crazy football, they already have the collective thing nailed down. You got the coach that they fight for. You got to keep Billy Napier. They're going to save his job again. I hope so. God, I hope so.
We were talking yesterday about an assortment of college football things, and what we never got to, I erred in not getting to 2 things yesterday. One is Odell Beckham secretly getting suspended for 6 games based on a Dolphins career. Get me the stats, please, for the Dolphins career, because I remember having the conversation with Mina. I'm like, he seems like he'd be useful in this offense. He seems like someone who would be good for the Dolphins as a third receiver, given just who Odell Beckham is, but his stats were truly dreadful while he was here. And then I learned, while he's out of the league entirely, he's on the Pivot podcast. He's saying, yeah, I'm suspended for 6 games as I make my comeback.
9 games, 9 catches, 55 yards.
Ow!
9 catches, 55 yards for a receiver that upon his arrival, we were arguing, did he just make the greatest catch we've ever seen? And is he one of the greatest receivers we've ever seen?
Really strange career for Odell Beckham. Greatest catch ever. I think consensus, right? Greatest catch ever. Yeah. Unbelievable catch. Was a superstar in New York. Goes to Cleveland. Really disappointing tenure there. Everything around that franchise around that time was really, really odd. Then arguably would have been MVP of the Super Bowl had he not torn his ACL in that game. And then a 6-game suspension at the end of his career where he's no longer going to play ever again. It's like finding out who the Zodiac Killer is now. Like, all right, congrats, whoopee.
Give me a second here. Jeremy, can you get me the stats of Odell Beckham in that Super Bowl before he got injured? Because I think in that first quarter, he might have had a better first quarter than he had his entire Dolphin career. I'm not even kidding. It wasn't 9 catches, but I think it might have been more than 50 yards.
Not 9 catches, but certainly over the yardage.
He was gonna have a 15-catch game because their game plan was meant to stop people other than Odell Beckham.
He had 2 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown, as opposed to his 9 catches for 55 yards and no touchdowns as a Dolphin.
How many? But so he played a quarter in that Super Bowl, correct? He got hurt in the first quarter, and it basically ended his career. That getting hurt in the Super Bowl, it would have been a great comeback story to go to Super Bowl MVP as soon as you get out of New York.
It kind of was. It was weird, because everyone recognized what they were watching on that field. That it was the Browns that were the problem at the time. People were saying, "Oh, it was Baker that was the problem," and I guess the Rams just have a secret sauce.
Another point that I didn't get to make yesterday before we get to these 250 songs and the whatever Ethan thinks about number 233. We were talking about Jonathan Gannon, and everyone here was like, $100,000 is a lot of money. That's a good penalty for putting your hands on an employee who already feels bad enough. And I didn't mention at any point, but Jerry Jones got $250,000 for inadvertently using the middle finger. So the fine there is worth 2.5. Like the fine for power there over a middle finger is 2.5 times as much as Jonathan Gannon putting his hands on an employee. Now we're not penalizing the crime. We're penalizing the position, correct? We're not even penalizing the act. We're just penalizing how much money do you have, and by percentage, how much of it can we take? It's not about how bad the act is.
I'll look it up, but I'm assuming that there are certain rules, certain fines that they can't go beyond. It's like in hockey, there's like strange $50,000 fines where it's like that's the maximum allowed. Owners are subject to a different fine structure, I think.
I would think coaches are too, though. I would think that.
But one involved fans also, and the other was a player. Yeah.
But which do you think is worse? If I just tell you which is the worst act, a coach putting his hands on a player or Jerry Jones saying that inadvertently, because he's 80 years old, he gave a middle finger that he didn't mean to give?
Inadvertent, one of these. Here you go. Whoa, where'd that come from? My bad, I can't control my hands.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show, Juju. Have you ever given an inadvertent middle finger to somebody? Because Jerry Jones's explanation really was it was an accident. But when I put those things in front of you guys and I say one $250,000 fine for an accidental middle finger from an owner, and there is precedent here, Bud Adams, we mentioned here, in an old light blue vinyl suit, went middle fingers with kickstands, we said, right? They had kickstands. It wasn't just 2 middle fingers shot up. He was using the index finger and the ring finger. He was using them as wings.
That happened in 2009. He was also fined $250,000 for conduct detrimental to the league.
So that's the standard middle finger fine for a rich guy?
Now, he did 2, I think. So I think Jerry could come out and say, I should have only been fined $125.
I think what Mike is saying about fines being maximums, I thought that stuff had to be collectively bargained. I thought with owners and coaches, because they don't collectively bargain as a union, that you can fine them whatever it is that they should be fined for behavior.
I did find a larger owner fine for David Tepper. He got fined $300,000 for throwing a drink at fans.
Belichick got $500,000 for Spygate. And Bruce Arians, which we talked about yesterday, same sort of thing, physical altercation, he got $50,000. So I guess the difference in the optics.
He got off light.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do with that? Do you care? Does any of it matter? We're really just fining people. How much money do you actually have? I know they'll say it's about the position of power. We're going to hold these people to a higher standard. But it can't be argued that what Jerry Jones did was worse than what Jonathan Gannon did.
No, I don't think. I think it's ownership precedent. I think it's a different thing entirely. Yeah, but the Jonathan Gannon one was is a rare time where I'm like, that fine seems fair. I'm good.
Also, Jonathan Gannon was fined by the Arizona Cardinals, not the NFL. So they decided their own fine for him.
When the Falcon situation happened with Shedeur Sanders, where Jeff Ulbricht's kid called Shedeur Sanders and faked the thing, he got $100K too. So it's like hitting a player or calling somebody on a prank, your kid doing it.
What a wild story. Also, Shedeur telling the Ravens he didn't want to go there. How'd that work out?
I wonder if like the Cardinals tried to do Gannon a solid by pre-fining him like they do in college, where it's like, oh, we already handled this situation in NFL. Like, don't worry about any further punishment. Like, we took care of this. You don't need to come in and give him a bigger fine. You don't need to suspend him. You don't need to do anything. Like, we handled this.
Like self-imposed the way Michigan
Yeah,
did with
yeah.
the what was that guy's name? The sign stealer.
Connor Stallions.
Yeah.
Connor Stallions.
That's such a porn star name.
I don't understand how you just like you're suspended for 2 games. Pick which 2 you want. That's so crazy.
Give me better porn star names in sports than Connor Stallions. If you have, and no, we got to get rid of Magic Johnson and Randy Johnson and all the overt ones. Give me some names.
Let's go active to make it hard.
Better than Connor Stallions. And I want to spend the entirety of today's show making fun of the New York Yankees because you can't play enough for me the sound of John Sterling.
Ow!
Being hit. Give people the entire context for that in the event they weren't listening to the Shadow Show.
And now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
And here is Susie Waldman in the greatest Yankee moment there has been since Lou Gehrig. They haven't
Roger
had any better than
Clemens
this
is in
one.
George's box, and Roger Clemens is coming back. Oh my goodness gracious! Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen, Roger Clemens standing right in George Steinbrenner's box, announcing he is back. Roger Clemens is a New York Yankee.
In the last 25 Major League Baseball seasons, the New York Yankees have won the same amount of World Series as the Miami Marlins.
Goodness gracious!
Billy comes in here just slightly more radiant than he usually is, and I can't tell if it was Kershaw. It was hate watching. It was hate watching baseball yesterday.
Can you hate watch something you love?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
You were doing that with Kershaw last night. I was doing it with the Yankees. Again, I don't think baseball made me feel better this entire season than that bottom of the 8th inning where the Yankees loaded the bases and were just begging the season to get back to Aaron Judge. Please, giant man, carry us to the next round because you're hitting 600 and no one else on the team. We don't have a good pitcher. We don't have anyone who can get a base hit for us, but please just get us to one more at bat, and then they all just went home.
Even those random Rays games in late June didn't get you there. Also, Kerry Wood. Not active, but...
Okay, but that's Taylor Swift's lack of subtlety where everyone's turned on her, by the way. Jeremy, you were first to the party, but everyone's turned on her. They're very mad about the lyrics that Travis Kelce, they prefer her heart broken than swelling with joy and wood. They do.
I'm a trendsetter, Dan. What can I say?
Her pain is something that makes better music than her happiness. That seems obvious.
That's always been the case in everybody's music. But again, be happy. Just make interesting sounding music. It's fine. Let your lyrics be, happy-go-lucky, but make it sound good.
Looks like Bad Bunny is taking over the place, like I said a couple of weeks ago, as the biggest artist on the planet, especially after whatever the flop she put out. I mean, I can't tell you, but...
It did break like every streaming record ever, but...
Yeah.
I have a shameful admission, Dan, from last night / this morning. So Kyle Schwarber hit an absolute, bomb.
Which one?
The one that left the stadium. He crushed it. So I saw a graphic this morning that I didn't realize was from ESPN Deportes. And I was groggy when I saw it when I woke up. And it was talking about the distance of the home run. And I read it as Kyle Schwarber had 455 pies. And I was assuming that this was over the span of the season or something. And I was like, who's keeping track of that? It seems like he's had less pies than he's had in past seasons.
I read it the same way.
He's looking
I read it the same way.
It was so confusing to me.
Pies is pies in Spanish. Pies is feet.
It's that explains the weight loss. Less pies this year.
So Mike tunes in last night, and wow, he's like, Clayton Kershaw has been eating an awful lot of pies.
Ow!
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Can you guys get me Nick Turturro or the Kid Mero or somebody from New York over the course of this show so that I could just make fun of the Yankees and celebrate it all day? And speaking of celebrating the failures of others, can you guys please find for me credible reporting on Bill Belichick? Because I keep seeing that he's discussed his buyout with North Carolina and that he has signaled that he might be willing to trigger the $1 million buyout, so the whole experiment won't last very long, would last the equivalent of about a month. But is that real? What's the real reporting on that that's most accurate on, is Belichick trying to just get out of there?
Well, let me say that Ollie Conley, despite how certain North Carolina fans may feel about him, is reputable on the Bill Belichick front. His reporting on this at the time of his signing was accurate. Ollie Conley, for those that don't know, once listed the Duke as one of the greatest NFL insiders on the planet.
Not once, twice, as Billy corrected you on. And well, was it just twice? I thought it was 3 times, and each ranking was higher than the previous one. The Duke rose to 4th greatest international football insider. That's as high as it got. And I thought it was going to get to number 1 because that progress was linear. It was straight up. It didn't bounce down.
Well, what ended up happening, to my understanding, is Ollie stops covering football, so the list stopped. So I think it's kind of like, former Heisman winner, whatever. Like, you're always a Heisman winner. So, like, I will, because of the fact that there's been no updates to the list, I will always, I think, be the 4th highest, whatever, football something that Ollie did. Now, Ollie was all over this initially, the first time around. And this second time around, I have taken great joy in texting friends from North Carolina saying, like, this Ollie, he's telling us what's going on here. And he's saying Bill's gone. And they hate Ollie in North Carolina. They're like, he's so full of he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I was like, well, he was right. He was right there the first time around. I believe Ollie, which is weird because he's, to my understanding, British. And I don't know how it is that he has contacts and knows exactly what's going on in Chapel Hill.
He has tweeted, and it's credible enough that it has more than 10 million views, because whether you think he's a credible insider or not, he's reporting per sources that Bill Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina's hierarchy, and he has signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with another team or in the media. Please put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Is Billy indeed the 4th highest whatever football whatever insider whatever?
I had one of my most awkward public moments with Ollie Connolly at the Super Bowl, I think like 2 years ago, because he came up to me. It was the last day of Super Bowl. You're always like, just trying to get to the flight, basically pick up everything. It was like late in the day, and he kind of like appeared. He's like, hey, what's up, Billy? How's it going? I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And I was like half paying attention, whatever. He's like, I'm Ollie. I was like, Ollie? And then I was like, can I give you a hug? And I gave him like this big hug, and I could tell he very much did not want a hug from me. He's like, oh, sure, like I guess, like whatever. And I gave him a hug. I'm like, man, like it's so great to meet you. I'm so excited and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all right, okay, I got to go now. And he like left me because of how awkward I made things.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that on a couple of fronts. One, Ollie Connolly is Mina Kimes' guest on her podcast, the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny. And so if she respects him, you should as well. But when you bring up that story...
We respect Ollie Conley.
Yeah, what is
I meant
this?
the audience.
Yeah, but he's credible. He's from the Guardian.
I
He
hugged
knows
the man.
ball.
I hugged him, okay?
Yeah.
I don't just hug anyone.
Mike has additional reporting on this. But to that point, and perhaps you guys will be surprised at this as well, you don't just hug anyone. And this week, you and I hugged at my instigation. And I felt the way that you felt around and with Ollie. I felt like you didn't want that hug from me.
I'm a good hugger. I give a good hug. I just don't know when it's appropriate to hug and when it's not. I used to be a hugger. Like I do like the hello hug. That Hispanic culture is very tricky with the hello kiss. Like we're not gonna beat around the bush on that one, because you don't know, is it presumptuous to give a hello kiss? When you grow up, you're in high school, whatever, hello kiss. But then you like leave your bubble and you're no longer dealing with only Hispanic people, and you don't want to give hello kisses to people who don't understand
And
that
then
this
COVID.
is just part of the.
COVID hurt the hello kiss. Yeah.
He's so right about this, though.
I don't know what is our, I try to meet a person's greeting with what they are comfortable with, and I often miss the mark. And it's not like I missed the mark where I've gone too far. It's I missed the mark where I make things uncomfortable because it's like, oh, or like this is a hug thing. Is this like a hello kiss thing where like you like make a kiss sound and you touch cheek to cheek, but you don't actually kiss the person's cheek.
Thank you,
that's
Billy.
Like weird.
Thank you for bringing all of this up. We will get to Mike Ryan's new information on Bill Belichick. He has additional reporting on this, but I do want to tackle both of these things. You're saying falsehoods. You're saying you received and wanted that hug from me because I felt like while you may have one day been a hugger, you are no longer a hugger because you've been scarred by niceties in society that have knocked both the kiss and the hug out of the Latin man.
No, I mean, really, if we're going to be honest, what's ruined the kiss and the hug is sexual predators. Like, let's be fair there. It's not niceties. It's not that the world's become, more rude. It's like, the predators out there that make people uncomfortable where it's like, this is just a greeting. There's no further requests on my end for where this shall go. I'm just saying hello because this is how I was raised. This is part of my culture. Yeah. The hug also, I will say, I have a sty at the moment, so I'm trying not to get my face too close to people. Yeah, the good thing about glass is the glasses hide the sty a bit. Yeah. Anyway.
The hug I gave you, was it wanted or was it not wanted?
Yeah, it was well received. It was fine. I mean, I don't walk around wanting hugs. I accept hugs should they come my way.
Tony, do you have this problem in either feet or pies? Do you have the problem of coming up to somebody, greeting them with a kiss the way Latin men do? Because I've had this knocked out of me. I've had it knocked out of me on a couple of fronts. One, by people expecting the second kiss on the second cheek.
That's European.
Yeah, where were you? That's not.
That's European.
No, I'm saying that what ends up happening is once I go in for the first kiss, there are certain members of society that then expect the second kiss that I'm not coming in to give the second kiss. The first kiss is all you're getting Latin style, but many people don't want that either, and now I'm gun shy.
Yeah. Well, again, we run in different circles, Dan.
Yeah, the two kisses at tapa boca. If you go and you give someone, it's like then you're being a frick and you're really trying to see how much you can get away with.
Exactly right. You're trying to get an extra little kiss in there. If you're over in Europe, 2 kisses okay. You go 2 kisses, right? If you're in Miami, 1 kiss, right? I don't have an issue with, I'll go up. I gave Mike a hug today for his birthday. Yeah. So I have no issues with intimate touch when it comes to greetings.
Kiss Mike.
What if is this a generational thing or something? Maybe it's because you're older and that this new generation is like, no, we're not accepting that anymore.
No,
we accept it. We still do it.
I think in Latin culture, the reason I was asking Tony is because I'm assuming he's almost only exclusively running in Latin circles.
I don't shake hands. Like, I only shake hands with people I don't know. Like, hey, how you doing? Okay, great. I'm going to shake your hand. But like, if it's somebody that I know, if it's an extended family member, even if it's somebody that I haven't seen in a long time, like, I'll go in.
No, but this is where I make the mistake, though. I will, by way of greeting, simply because I'm Latin and got grandfathered in. People I'm meeting for the first time, I will go in for a kiss, and I don't think that's acceptable anymore.
That's still acceptable. I do the same thing.
I'm with Billy on this. What's the new reporting that you have for us, Mike?
I want to add to Ali Conley's reports because most people just read that first tweet of his, but there's a lot of detail here, and it tracks with how these things go, folks. So he goes on to add, members of Belichick's coaching staff have already spoken to other schools. That's a pretty big one, and I'll explain why later and add that to another tweet that he has. The Rats are, quote, leaving the ship. Some staffers believe a change will come within 2 weeks. Reports of serious recruiting violations remain under investigation at UNC. Recruiting and practice violations have already been proven by the school, according to multiple sources. Using recruiting violations to knock down a coach's buyout has become standard practice. Once again, totally accurate, just learning from history from Ali. Belichick's communication with his staff over the past 2 weeks has been described as weird and distant by multiple members of UNC's coaching staff. Multiple coaches were unable to get a hold of him during UNC's bye week. This is where I have something to add because I have spoken directly to people that were
to know?
Yes, I happen to know that I've spoken to people that were around that program when Bill Belichick was both flirting with UNC and then assembling his staff over there. There was a moment in time when Bill Belichick was already on UNC with the Dallas Cowboys job when open, and Bill Belichick wanted that job, and this echoes exactly how he treated the rest of his staff at that time. He was weird. He was distant because he was actively going for that job. This has happened a couple of times where everyone knows he wants to get back to the NFL. I hear that, and it tracks with what I heard from before. And the coach himself, who has been photographed in Nantucket with Jordan, on a bye week. Strange time to take a vacation when you're underwater with your program. He came out with a statement saying he was fully committed to the program. The program backed him up there. You see something like that, and you know there's something to the rumors right now. This is not going well for Bill Belichick. And yesterday, I turned to my left and I said, what would we handicap Bill Belichick actually returning next season to North Carolina? This is starting to get messy, folks. Ollie's a good reporter on this beat. Like, if Bill Belichick does come back to North Carolina, I expect him to tread water over there for a couple of months and then deuce out. Like, that's always kind of been the plan. He was hoping to rebuild his coaching credibility and get back to the NFL. Unfortunately for him, his ego, and those around him, it is not going the way he thought this would go, and it's hurting his chances. He's probably better quitting now than further cementing his name as a failure.
Oh my God, he knows. He happens to know. Come, everyone. Come and listen. Happens to know. He happens to know. Well informed.
You said cryptically that you turned to your left and had a conversation about next year. I would think at this point the Flames have gotten high enough in terms of legacy destruction that most people listening to this do not expect him to last the year.
It's a capitulation, Dan. Sometimes you're on a stock that's tanking and you decide, I don't want to lose it all. I'll just save like 20%, and over time that'll be fine. And I think he's giving serious consideration to saving face and getting out while he still can, even though I think it's pretty tarnished.
I mean, does he look better by quitting in the middle of the season? I don't know that makes him look any better than just finishing out the year and saying, you know what, I retire, this isn't for me, or whatever.
I think adding more L's doesn't help his cause of ultimately trying to get back.
I need to stop Mike, though, when he uses the language of kind of tarnished or, I mean, you said it's not good. It's a good deal worse than that. I do not have anything close to precedent on what I've witnessed happen to Bill Belichick in all of 5 games. Like, we could sit here and I can do these stats as an example. Andy Reid without Mahomes is 60 games over 500. He's got 13 this is without Mahomes. This is Andy Reid without Mahomes. Better to do it in this order than the order that Belichick did it in. Without Mahomes, Andy Reid, 60 games over 500, 13 playoff berths, 8 division titles, 1 Super Bowl, 11 playoff wins, 8 top 10 offenses.
1 Super Bowl appearance.
Yes, thank you. Belichick, without Brady, 20 games under 500, 2 playoff berths, 0 division titles, 0 Super Bowls, 1 playoff win, 0 top 10 offenses. So I can give you those numbers, but none of those numbers stick to Belichick the way these 5 games stick to Belichick. You guys are doing legacy, and I don't know it hurts him that much. I can't believe how much it hurts him because I say these 5 games make it hard for him to get a pro job that he wants, one with power, because he had to interview twice in Atlanta and didn't get that job. I think these 5 games unmask him. Like, it's not just that you don't want Belichick. You don't want the fool who's got the 20-year-old girlfriend wandering around your program. You can't give this power anymore. The only thing he gets is a media job or a coordinator job. I don't believe he's allowed to run a program anymore.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, he's still one of the greatest coaches of all time. Like, this is just going to kind of be a footnote. Like, we never talk about how much of a failure Nick Saban was in Miami between stops at college.
Well, that's true.
Like, he's still going to be remembered as one of the greatest coaches ever.
But that's because he had massive success at Alabama after failing. Right? Like, there's no success for Bill Belichick after this.
Here's why I do think Bill Belichick should get out now, because Bill Belichick, outside of the success, is also known for a certain mentality and the Patriot way and 0 distractions. This has been a total circus. This right now just adds to the circus. We wonder, how could it feel more like a circus at North Carolina? In the middle of the week, you have reputable reporters saying you're trying to find your way out and you're going on vacation with your girlfriend, and your school has to put out a statement saying the dreaded vote of confidence. Like, this is bad. Get out while you still can.
I'm not actually doing what Billy's doing. I think Billy is correct when he says once we step back from the flavor or the scandal of the moment, the way history will remember Bill Belichick is as one of the greatest coaches ever.
It's like Pete Carroll, too.
I'm not disagreeing with that part. It's also the part that I find less interesting because we can argue all we want about people's legacies, and Conan O'Brien will stand over the grave of Calvin Coolidge and be like, when's the last time anyone talked about Calvin Coolidge? Yeah, Belichick will be one of the greatest coaches ever. I'm talking about the right now for Belichick and how it must be for one of the people who truly believes himself to be one of the great coaches of all time to embarrass himself so much that even before this, Atlanta was saying, we'll go Raheem Morris. You'll need to interview 2 times.
I have to stop you there because I also happen to know what happened with Atlanta a little bit. You're putting it too much on Atlanta. While they may have deduced that after the whole pursuit, a lot of what happened with Atlanta was Bill Belichick not wanting to follow through with it, thinking he could get a better situation because he didn't want to have to do the things necessary to become the Atlanta Falcons head coach.
Mike, my larger point is one of the greatest football coaches ever is not welcome back in this world because he's made a fool of himself on and off the field for 5 games. It took 5 games. Whatever the details around Belichick in Atlanta, Belichick couldn't get any job that he wanted this offseason, so he settled for one in the minor leagues. And 5 games later, he's in a worse position than he was 5 games ago because now who wants to bring any of that in? You tell me. Jerry Jones is willing to be so small and petty that he's actually appealing that $250,000 fine. If Jerry Jones wanted Bill Belichick 5 games ago, you think he still wants him?
Stephen Ross.
I'd take him, honestly.
There's so many.
Fun.
There's so many Dolphin fans.
Him or
that
Rex Ryan? I mean,
there's
so many dice with Belichick. It can't get much worse. I mean,
There-
Tua's out here saying, I don't care if I throw touchdowns or interceptions because I just have a happy family. Like, buddy, care. Lie serum. I keep telling you guys, inject Tua with lie serum because he keeps saying all of the wrong things. I'm so happy that he has found happiness and he's centered and he has a stable life. Don't tell me about it, okay? Don't tell me about how happy you are because I'm not happy. I mean, I am happy. My family's great and all that stuff, but I'm not happy with this Dolphins team.
Do we have the sound of Tua having life perspective on? He's on IR with a hip injury and something on his throwing hand. There's something wrong with his throwing hand. I don't know what the injury is.
There are so many people, though, as we put a ribbon around this, that are around college football, that are college football lifers because you have to be built a certain way right now to be about this college football life. I'd handicap it at like 80% of the coaches and the people around college football desperately want to get to the pros because this is crazy, right? So Bill Belichick and his buddy Mike Lombardi think that they could. It is so hilarious. People are loving this. They thought that they could just stroll into the wild world of college football and dominate, and people kept receipts. That's right, Mike Lombardi. We all remember when you tweeted, not sure how Mario Cristobal faces his team today. There is coaching malpractice, and then there is coaching malpractice squared. This one will go down as an all-timer. You cannot cure this. I feel pretty cured down here in Coral Gables. Mike, where's your cure?
Okay, 2 things.
Is Tua on IR?
Yeah, did you just break news that Tua's on
I'm sorry,
IR?
I meant on the injured list. Not the official, on the injury list. Yes.
Probable.
My fault. If I said injured reserved, I did not mean to say injured reserved.
Now, if that comes out in a couple of days, we know Dan was in the know and he wasn't supposed to say something.
not
You
Also-
happen to know.
Lord's time zone.
Also, Bill Belichick is embarrassing him. Like, he's not going to get a chance because of what's happening on the field, not off the field, if we're going to be honest. Like, Bobby Petrino still got another chance after horrible off-the-field stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but
they'll abide by embarrassing off-the-field behavior if you keep winning.
You know
it's when
what?
you get destroyed on the field, they're like, you know what? Maybe too
It's
far.
still going on, though. It's still that's a difference. Bobby Petrino had to get some separation
But,
from that,
I mean,
and
like,
had to clean
okay.
up his image somewhat, and
But-
had to have success.
but-
This stuff is still he's in Nantucket right now.
If we're
with
being-
Jordan.
Okay, but if we're being honest, his embarrassing off the field's behavior is just he's dating someone substantially younger than him, but it's not like he's not committing crimes. It's not like adultery. It's just
No,
people
it's
are
not that.
uncomfortable with the age difference.
It's not that. It's not that. It's that she is totally taking over the public relations. She is fully embedded within that program.
She's on the field.
There were 52.
You think Jerry Jones is going to be like, yeah, come on over. Let's hang out.
There were
just be in my
52
box.
Getty images from that game. 27 of them were all of Jordan.
That says more about the photographers than it does about her.
No, it says how he could date who he wants to date and have them in the background. He's dated plenty in his life. And we haven't really known about it outside of a weird costume that gets aggregated occasionally. This is different. It's strange. things go through Bill Belichick's girlfriend. It's weird.
Maybe she knows ball. I mean, who are we to say that a woman can't know football? Honestly, like this is us showing our asses, I think.
All right, stop with the asses and the ball. Let's just identify one thing that you're saying here and attack that. You mentioned Bobby Petrino. You're right that Bobby Petrino has been allowed to return to Arkansas as a coordinator, but he has not been allowed to do that while in a neck brace on a motorcycle with his affair on the back of the motorcycle while he's patrolling the sidelines or the skybox. Like it does matter that this whole thing now follows Belichick in a way that makes it awfully noisy around Belichick, what you're inviting beyond the football. Like you have to be willing in order to make a choice like Bill Belichick to be so desperate that you think Bill Belichick can actually fix you in a couple of days or weeks. And maybe that's a desperation that's possible. Joe Flacco is starting for the Bengals this weekend. So that kind of desperation can exist. But when you refer to these two people, Belichick and Lombardi in their 70s, trying to be ahead of everyone else, I heard Katie Nolan yesterday on her Sirius radio show screaming. She was screaming at Mike Lombardi, who apparently, according to Katie Nolan, still uses a typewriter and is proud of still using a typewriter. Katie Nolan was screaming the phrase, "Bring it into the modern age." I've never heard Katie Nolan this angry at Mike Lombardi for embarrassing what Belichick used to be. Do you guys realize that in the history of sports royalty, you will have a hard time finding for me anyone who's been unmasked like this quickly? You're not going to find anyone who's been unmasked like this. But this quickly, that precipitous fall, okay, there are more details on the Falcons' job.
Been pretty bad.
I mean, he's coaching at LSU though. He's
Yeah,
still
but
active.
for now,
Like this guy's
Brian Kelly.
the Bill Belichick situation. All the cronies around him are perceived as jokes right now. But the pro game is different. That's why I think he should get out right now and just say, look, I found out that college football is just not for me. My skill set works for the pro game. And he works over the next few months when the hiring cycle begins to try to clean that up, the perception around his relationship, understanding that Jordan's not going to be handling public relations when we get to the NFL. He can work on that. He needs to get out now because only more stories are going to come out. It's only going to seem more like a circus, and it's not like he's going to add success to his name. It's not like he's going to show proof of concept.
The numbers that we're looking at so far, you realize that part of the problem here is in being embedded in that program in the huddle. There's no way that he is blind to. We've lost by a combined score of 120-33. Like that's not going to get fixed in the next year. That's not going to get fixed in the next couple of months. There's no amount of scheming that he can do when he gets into the tough part of his schedule that's going to undo with these players the fact that he's going to get his ass kicked that way the rest of the season. And given what he comes from, given the amount of success he's had over the 20 years, it's going to be really great to see one of the great people in sports who demanded accountability of others quit because he has to. Like, just be like, and it's not even his physical body. He demanded that out of the Vrabels of the world. Their physical bodies, give it over to what it is that we're doing. 5 games and he's already looking for an exit ramp is the most human thing in the world, but it's not the most football coach warrior thing in the world.
And he was looking for an exit ramp before there was a game played. In July. He was looking for ways out after he signed. I promise you this, I happen to know.
Yeah, but the media game that he was playing 5 games ago is he would have gotten a very good job as soon as Jerry Jones got tired of Schottenheimer if he just spent the entire time talking about the sport instead of letting us watch. Oh, wait, it's not that you've got some sort of advantage over these people. You've been left behind.
Name a funnier person for this to happen to.
It's
for an
unbelievable.
off-field circus to derail a sterling career.
He seems happy to me. I got to be honest with you. Like, it seems like the happiest he's been in a long time. He looked like a grump when he was there in New England, and now here, the pictures we see of him, it's like these are massive distractions, but he seems like a happy guy.
Because he doesn't care about coaching at North Carolina. That's why.
What happened to honoring his father, by the way? Like, do you guys remember that? It was like, I'm coming here because my dad used to coach here. I'm wearing my dad's sweater, and it was like a whole thing, and I was like, I don't know if Dad would be so proud of this, buddy.
You can't go off of IG. We've seen plenty of couples that look happy on the IG and that aren't happy in real life.
Bill Belichick, I think, likes costumes as much as you, Dan. Like, we would hear about how much he loved, like, the Halloween parties, and Randy Moss would tell us, and then he'd show up dressed like a full pirate, and now we see him, like, Gorman the fisherman or whatever, like, on the side catching his mermaid girlfriend. Like, this guy likes to party.
I, again, do not like costumes.
Come on.
My wife likes, my young bride likes costumes.
It's the same situation over in Belichick's house.
Dan, great job distancing yourself from what's going on with Belichick.
So let me see if I can find this here. I haven't played it in a while. Let's see here. I'm going to look for it. My eyesight is bad because the old dog is getting old. Did you guys remove my? Oh, here it is.
You don't get the show. You have glasses, you know.
Yeah, but they're over here.
Okay, they're over there.
Thank you.
You
Ron.
call your glasses cheaters yet?
That's starting to happen to me, by the way. I looked at the phone a little bit too much. What's the score of that baseball game? And also, my back started hurting for zero reason.
You're 40. It's not zero reason. It's because happy birthday to you. These are the kinds of things that happen once you start entering this particular decade.
It happened to me, man. It's bad.
Katie Nolan screaming on the radio, because she was screaming, get into the modern age. Can you please explain to me why Mike Lombardi is still using a typewriter, the benefits of that? Why is he pridefully telling people that he's still using a typewriter? Could any of you put this on the poll as well, Juju, at Le Batard Show? Right now, if I gave you 2 hours, could you go get a typewriter? Yes or no? Could you go physically get a typewriter and find one in the next 2 hours?
I believe his explanation was, and I'll look it up just to confirm, was something along the lines of, if he uses a computer, he can very easily just erase and start over and he can make mistakes and it doesn't make a difference because it can autocorrect. Where a typewriter, he has to be more honed in to what he's doing so he makes fewer mistakes.
It's a dork is what it is, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys go with dork. I'm just really looking.
It's the same guy that's like, oh, I like records because they sound better. And it's like, okay, buddy, I've got 9,000 songs.
All right, you're
at the
picking a
touch of
bad
button.
fight here. You're going to lose this
I've
one,
got
just so you
records.
know.
Yeah, no, they sound great on my thing from 1967. Like, okay.
It doesn't sound better. The vinyl doesn't sound
It
better.
doesn't. It sounds scratchy. That's the whole point.
It
It sounds
sound
scratchy.
better.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
needle
Scratchy.
hitting
But-
a cylinder.
But it's the experience. It's the connection. As we get more and more digital, you have something physical. You have something tangible. It smells a certain way. That's what people like about vinyl. The scratchiness of the vinyl, that's part of the sonic experience there. But it doesn't sound better. Anybody who says that is full of
Put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show. Does the record player make the music sound better? You're going to lose on public opinion. You guys may actually be right
I have
factually.
records, Dan. I have records. I got a bunch of records.
You may be right factually, but you don't think that poll's going to come back agreeing with you and Mike, do you? That poll for sure is going to come back with everyone saying that music does indeed sound better on a record
It's
player.
impossible.
I'm the biggest Jack White fan there is. He is largely responsible for the resurgence in vinyl, and Taylor Swift is too. But he's so full of when it comes to that stuff. He also tried to lie and tell us that he didn't have a cell phone until last year. Like, come on. Yeah,
It is a weird thing where, like, people try to say, like, it sounds crisper on vinyl.
No, it
It's like, it might be the only technology in the history of mankind that peaked, 50 years ago, and we've gone downhill with more technology somehow.
You ever listen to a song that you loved on headphones and you're like, wow, I didn't catch that part. Radiohead. What a wonder.
Put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show as well, because I've got a handful of questions here. Getty took 57 photos of the Clemson-UNC game, and 23 of them were of Jordan Hudson.
How many of
during
were
that game.
Steve Martin?
You gave those numbers? Did
Yes,
you give you
that
gave the
exact-
actual
Yeah, you were
numbers?
listening,
did,
Dan,
yeah.
Dan.
I wasn't
I guess the
listening.
remaining
My
a couple
bad.
of Steve Martin pictures.
He didn't have his
Okay.
cheaters on.
All right, hold on a second. Let me do this here. Let me see. This is all.
Got the glasses on.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for a contribution.
I mean, he's right. It wasn't
Well, this will allow us to talk about Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl.
Finally.
So this is not going to go
Waiting
the way
for 2
that,
weeks, Mike.
Dan was. So, there was a take that was talked about back here in the back row when it came to the Super Bowl that I think is not yet it hasn't yet been explored by the mainstream media as it's become a culture war, unfairly so. And Bad Bunny in his SNL monologue said, you've got 4 months to learn Spanish. And Billy mentioned something to me off air that I don't think people are really considering about this.
I saw a tweet that was very one-sided, and you could guess which side of the aisle it was on, where it was saying, I speak Spanish. I still don't know what the hell Bad Bunny's saying.
I don't know what he's saying at all.
And look, they also said Bad Bunny's music is bad, which I don't agree with.
Categorically false.
I like Bad Bunny's music. However, a little bit of a mumbler, if we're going to be honest, sometimes, which is like, that's a style that's fine. It's still good music, but there are some times it's a little confusing as to what.
I've seen people on TikTok who are like, I'm Puerto Rican and I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's like Bjork. It's like Cigaro.
You
Like
just
it's
know
just
it-
an invented language.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's the vibes.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's the vibes. You don't have to worry about what he's saying.
Yeah.
Just pick up the vibes. It's a beachy vibe. It's this vibe. It's that vibe. Let's hang out. Let's listen to Bad Bunny.
It's just a good beat. We'll shake our hips.
We're
You don't have-
vibing.
you don't have
Remember
to know.
Gangnam Style? I didn't know what the hell Psy was saying.
No one did.
Yeah, people were singing it.
What does Gangnam Style even mean?
I don't know.
But
People liked it.
It was fun.
The style of Gangnam.
Have you seen him get shot out of that like tube thing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love that video.
What if he moves slightly to one side and he like
gets
hits his
hit, right?
shoulder
Yeah.
like on the
Gets
bottom of the
clipped.
stage? Yeah, that'd be
He
bad.
gets shot up like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like he flew.
Yeah.
And just look at the recent people that have performed at halftime. I don't know what Rihanna's saying either. I don't like the large complaint from the last halftime show was I don't know what he's saying. I can't understand it. That's every Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
Like I was singing the wrong lyrics to Phil Collins songs for 40 friggin' years.
Also-
It's part of our relationship with music.
If they would have brought Metallica or some other band that other people like, I don't know what the hell they're saying anyway.
You think you can understand half of what James Hetfield is saying? You need to understand what the lyrics are.
I
You
need closed captioning to see what he's saying.
Most of the songs are about shaking ass.
Thank you. God bless.
An international language, really.
Now you said it.
You're not going to tell me that I'm wrong when I say the music that doesn't have that particular problem, country music. You don't have
No,
any
country-
confusion about the lyrics in country music.
I don't have any connection points to Red Clay.
Yeah.
I really don't.
You don't
All
have
these
any
songs about Red
confusion.
Clay.
You don't have any confusion about the lyrics in country music. There's no mumble rap, although now those hippity hoppers are trying to get into country music.
They are.
They are. You've seen it.
Should be USA music.
Country
Successfully.
music.
Successfully.
Huh. We have the Mike Lombardi video if you want to know why he uses a typewriter. Straight from the horse's mouth.
I do very.
Use this for a new resume, pal.
Let's see it.
Writer because it forces me to slow down. I have to think about what I want to write about, and the typewriter gives you that rhythm that you need to be able to slow your mind down and think. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes, right? And on a computer, you can delete the mistake. But sometimes the mistakes that you deleted have really powerful messages in them. And so when I first started to write my first book, I studied a lot of writers, and a lot of them were using typewriters. And I worked for a guy named Ernie Accorsi in Cleveland, who was a former newspaper man, and he had a typewriter in his office. So I kind of got used to using it, and it helps me slow down and think, which ultimately is what this job is all about, thinking.
There's a lot in this video I'd like to dissect.
I have only one observation, because when you guys told me you had the video of him at the typewriter, I did not have him typing just with 2 fingers. I didn't.
Oh, now you see.
Peter
Jennings, you got to be precise, Dan. You can't be typing all over the place.
That's one of the observations. Video team, the second observation that I have from this, look at those beads on that wrist, Mike Lombardi. You're in it deep, pal. That midlife crisis is a crisis-in. Wow.
At 70? How old is he?
66.
Ooh, well, I mean, grading on the curve of understanding what's happening at North Carolina, that's good enough to get you someone in their mid-20s. Yeah.
That letterhead that he's using, the North Carolina letterhead, this is to type tiny notes, because that
looks
is
like a receipt.
That say "keep swimming" on it.
He's a big Dory fan.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep swimming, pal, because you and Bill are a drowning. And also, final observation: he named his own book "Gridiron Genius." Yeah. What a dork.
I think that the wristband says keep swinging, not swimming.
Okay.
I think it's.
I liked it better my way.
Okay.
Oh, keep swinging. Okay.
I think. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That is the wrist gear of somebody who swings. takes
Yeah.
big swings.
Yeah, that is also the risk year of my dad, who is a career bachelor.
Your dad is also 70, right?
He's taken plenty of hacks over his life.
Your dad's a Lothario, I would say. Your dad is somebody who walks into a room and knows that ladies of all ages are interested in his hair and his scent, his cologne.
He's a side kisser too. Yeah, I got a beautiful FaceTime from my dad today. I'm like, Dad, your face is so smooth. What's going on there? And I'm like, well, you're gonna have to start lying about my age now.
The typewriter, man. The bragging about a typewriter is an interesting choice. The amount of arrogance. This is what we enjoy more than just about anything in public shaming, right?
Oh, I love this guy in particular being humbled, because I have heard stories about this guy, and it's not like his public front-facing persona is all that great either. This guy thinks he's smarter than everybody, when just like everyone else, including the head coach, whose record is worse in the pros without Tom Brady than Dave Wannstedt's, and it's a hell of a lot worse in college. Everyone thinks they're so smart when they got the GOAT under center.
It's not just that, though, because when Mike Lombardi says what he says, the number of flatulent, arrogant football people that I have heard summon the name of Ernie Accorsi as if it means something. Like the number of, and it does mean something, but using it as a patron saint for, let me sell you my book here. Let me hand you my book with these beads on my wrist, Gridiron Greats that I wrote on a typewriter because I heard wise words from Ernie Accorsi 40 years ago.
Beads on a man's wrist at a certain age are like rings around a tree stump. Like that's how, but instead of years, it's how deep you are into your midlife crisis.
The thing that people enjoy in sports more than anything, though, it's one thing to be able to laugh at the arrogance of Bill Belichick because, at the very least, it's earned arrogance. It's when it's the unearned arrogance of Mike Lombardi and his typewriter. That's the thing we enjoy the most.
Goodness gracious!
We're going to do the bucket here in a little bit, and I'd like to involve the Kid Marrow in our bucket of punishments, have him involved in the football picks, and have him have to be punished by costume or something else if he loses when we go to the bucket. At the end of this, we're going to do Refran del Dia with him. I don't know why he's so proudly Yankee today. He's still got Derek.
Yeah.
He's got, don't yeah me. You got Derek Jeter behind you. The captain is ashamed of what happened to the Yankees. Worst postseason ERA ever in the history of baseball, our most historic game, because Vladimir Guerrero clubbed you guys and in a way that's like truly embarrassing. But before we get to that, before we get to Refran del Dia, can you tell me whether or not your kissing greeting has been neutered by the pandemic and the modern age? Can you walk up by way of Hispanic greeting and still just kiss somebody entering, or do you have more trepidation about that than you used to because of where we are today?
No, damn, you just sparked that in my brain. I did not even think about that. Like, I have been operating like a Latino male, you know what I'm saying? Dominicano soy. Ya tuve. I've been operating that since I was exited the womb. So I'm kissing every titi that I come across. Like, it has not changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, my approach is still the same. I still do the dap, come in for the hug. If you resist, you're not a dap hugger, that's cool. We just stop it at the dap. You know what I'm saying? But like titis and tios and tias and like elders, I'm like, mi doña. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, ¿cómo estamos? You know what I'm saying? Like, very, keep the tradition.
Not elders though, Miro. Like I was talking more so before, like I'm Cuban, but I don't know what's appropriate to say hello to someone when it's not, specifically like in professional settings. Like there's a conflict. You grow up in a Cuban community, everyone's Cuban. You're like, okay, you kiss everybody hello, and then you get out of the bubble into the real world, and it's like, oh, you don't just go up and kiss people. Like that is weird.
Yeah, listen. So context matters. Yes, you don't want to be Cuomo. You know what I'm saying? Where you just be like, hey, I'm not a weird guy. I'm just Italian. It's a cultural thing. That's what we do. We just kiss people on the mouth. We touch their cans a little bit. That's what we do. We're just Italian. It's traditional. No, do not do that. Do not do that. So yes,
Thank you for
if
the
it's your team,
visual aid on the touching of the cans. By the way,
Some people don't know,
you
Dan.
see
Some
it
people
next to
don't
the
know.
kids. Sometimes you gotta test, see what's up with them. You know, it's like Tom Brady with the football. So you gotta check the PSI on the kids. Anyway, having that context, like I said, context is important. In a professional setting, nah, you don't just jump out and kiss somebody, even though
he's not
it is
saying professional
traditional.
though. He's just saying someone outside of culture by way of greeting. You're meeting someone.
It's like it really is like game time decision. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bang bang play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you feel the energy and they are a kiss receiver and you're a kiss giver and you just feel it, you know you can feel it. Like it's the same thing with the dap hug combo. Like what if somebody resists the dap? There's a lot of guys, listen, I'm in Jersey now, y'all, and like there's a lot of guys that I coach with that do the dap hug combo and they bring it in. And a lot of them are members of law enforcement. And they give me like a firm, like they stop the dap. They interrupt the dap and turn it into like a regular, like, like, hey, buddy, handshake. Because they're not even trying to do the dap because they're cops. So there's an energy in greeting somebody that you feel automatically. So you know if they're a kisser, hugger, dapper, you know what I'm saying? Like the karate, like real quick, like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, or if they're like, hey, how are you, buddy? Firm handshake guy,
But you got to meet their
it's-
energy is the thing. Like you can't
Exactly,
be the one that
yes.
tries to set the tone because that's where you end up getting yourself in trouble. Like it's better to kind
Exactly.
of do like the Key and Peele where you like insult them, like assuming like this is what it is, and like I'd rather you be insulted than I cross the line.
Exactly. Don't quote on yourself. You know what I mean? Go in there with a hey, buddy. And if it goes beyond that, you know what I'm saying? If the energy is right for a hug or an embrace, a warm embrace, every time I see Dan, I give him a kiss on the cheek, tío, dímelo, and I give him a warm hug. Mike as well. We do the double kiss, mafioso. I was gonna say Pat Riley. I thought Pat Riley was actually in the studio with you guys. This is a cutout.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju at Le Batard Show. Do you trust the guy who won't correctly do the dap hug combo with you? We're going to get to Refran Del Dia. We've got to get to Tony's top 25 reggaeton artists.
I want to ask Mero. I want to ask Mero about what's going on in pop culture right now surrounding Bad Bunny, and we just came to the realization that the complaints from certain people saying, I don't understand what he is saying is valid because we kind of speak Spanish, understand Spanish, and we don't know what he's saying either.
Listen, all he has to say is, yeah. That's it.
Bad Bunny, baby.
Baby.
Dímelo de lo mío, ¿cómo tú estás? ¿Qué es lo que?
Aquí, tranquilo, frío.
¿Cómo está la
Tú
cosa?
sabes. Aquí,
Chilindrón.
en de luto, pero estamos aquí.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good.
No, I know. I can tell.
What do you make of the reaction, though? Because he's a very popular pick with people who are monitoring popularity, but there is Fox out there, and a whole lot of people are mad about Bad Bunny being the halftime show.
Like, so two things. First of all, you're an idiot. This is the most popular artist on the planet right now, like, period, end of story. Why not? Like, this is business, guys. This is business. NFL's playing games in Brazil. They're playing games in London. They're trying to globalize American football. And what better way to do it than by being like, hey, guys, look, we're going to have a Puerto Rican guy do the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to do all of it in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And we're expanding. We're opening the doors of the NFL, y'all. Like, welcome. Everybody can be here and like be a part of this. Also, shout out to my guy Eddie Wong. He gave me a crazy take that I think is kind of accurate. What does the NFL need to function? Black and brown bodies. You know what I'm saying? And how do you get black and brown bodies interested in the game of football? Then by putting an artist out there that represents them. You got a lot of Dominican baseball players that came to the major leagues because it was just cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So on a business, this could be a psyop. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be something crazy. But for the guy that's walking out of the Bass Pro Shop complaining, shut the fuck up, bro. This is not about you. This is about the NFL and growing the game. And what better way to grow the game than having the literal most popular international
Well,
artist.
you keep
perform
doing that. You
halftime.
keep doing that. You're biased, okay? Taylor Swift is bigger.
Stop, Dan. Stop that. Come
Taylor
on.
Swift is bigger than Bad
Bro,
Bunny.
stop. Dan,
He
we
doesn't
can't
get it.
turn up
He
to
doesn't
Taylor
get it.
Swift. You can't turn up to Taylor Swift. There's not. I've never been at a club, and listen. Maybe I'm at the wrong clubs. I've never been.
you're at the
a
right
club or a
clubs. You're at the right
party,
club.
At a dance. Thank you, Tony. A party, anything where anybody's been like, "Yo, throw on that Taylor Swift." She doesn't have like bangers. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have a Safaera.
God, no. She doesn't have an ale.
You're biased because you and Deezus called Taylor Swift long back on Fallon a while ago. You've been tearing down Taylor Swift for a while. You personally.
No, hey, listen, don't do that because then the feds are gonna call me again. Listen, the thing with Taylor Swift is that it's just not for me. It's not for me. And when I say it's not for me, I mean that it's not for most people like me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Means you're not a 14-year-old white girl.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to say that because it could have been isolated and used as a soundbite against me. But that's what it is, bro. This is like teeny bopper. Like I'm gonna take my daughter to a Taylor Swift show in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not for me. Like it's for them, and like they are not watching football. Like otherwise she'd be doing it every year.
What's the cutoff on taking your daughter to a Bad Bunny show?
We could go whenever. Like there's no age limit for that.
Exactly.
Like I don't care.
All friends and family, everybody included, all family affair.
It's a family affair, bro. I don't even care. Like, yo, cover your ears when he says, "Si tu novia no te mama el culo," like, just cover your ears.
He opens with that. That's the first line of the song. Are they gonna? Here's Mara. All right, here's a question I've had. So obviously, there's a lot of Hispanic and Spanish curse words that people don't understand. Are they gonna bleep the Hispanic Spanish curse words on the Super Bowl?
Hopefully not. Hopefully, the NFL is so American and so like Anglo that they're like, yeah, whatever. He's just saying, you know how they sometimes did it last time, but it was just like singing in non-English.
Yes.
Like speaking in non-English. Just do that and let him go crazy.
One of my great joys growing up in Miami is that the FCC doesn't listen to Spanish radio because they don't understand the words. So I'm like, how the hell are they getting away with all of this? And it's just because it's a different language.
Cojones somewhere?
No, it's not a stray cojones. No, it's there. No one's governing Spanish language radio. There is no governance of it.
Awesome.
It is unbelievable.
You can say whatever.
No, it is. There is nobody who understands what's being said on Spanish language radio, governing Spanish language radio.
Spanish curses are different, though, than, like, English curse. I know that that's, like, a ridiculous thing to say, but, like, in Spanish, you don't get as easily offended by, like...
Coñazo.
Yeah,
all
like,
of a sudden,
by
you're like,
profanities as, like... And also, like, a curse word could also mean something like, this is really endearing, actually. You know what I mean? So, like, it's hard to be offended by something that's also a compliment half the time.
Culito.
That's what I'm saying. Also, the ito. The ito suffix makes everything like less offensive.
Softens it.
Like, yeah, it softens the blow. You know what I'm saying? And like also like Spanish is a romance language. So you can say something like coño, and it lands different. You know what I'm saying? Then we'd be like, fuck.
Again, it's
You know
just
what I'm
because
saying?
the
It's something more
FCC
jarring.
doesn't have anybody who knows what the words are that are being said. Like,
I mean, what are you doing here? You, like you want censorship?
No.
You want them to start
Anarchy?
saying, like, what's going on here?
You
man?
think Mike Lombardi and his typewriter are going to learn Spanish in order to govern me?
Dan. Dan's pro FCC. This is crazy.
Wow.
Yo.
You should listen to the Kid Mero, Victory Light with the Kid Mero. It's iHeartRadio. New episodes twice a week, wherever it is you get your podcast. You should also watch him on his YouTube channel at According to the Kid. We're going to get to Refran del Dia. We're going to get to 25 reggaeton artists, top 25 of all time. But I need to make fun of your Yankees for a second. So let me do this in a number of different ways. First of all, play for him John Sterling being hit by a foul ball.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It really hit me.
hurt
I
me.
didn't know it was coming back that far.
That hurt. That hurt me. Yo, you hear that? That's an old man. That's an old man.
Dan,
That's an old man. That's like, yo, you take Poppy to a Marlins game and he catches the foul ball to the neck, bro. Like that's old man pain, bro. That's a different type of pain because old men don't feel pain. So when they get hurt, it's like, yo, that really hurt. So, and the ow, bro, it wasn't even like it wasn't like a manly like he was like, ow. That means that he got caught off guard and he got really hurt.
Dan,
the voice of the Yankees, John Sterling.
Dan, I have to stop you real quick. It's reggaeton. You're making it a noodle.
Can you play Vladimir
I was about
Guerrero?
to say, gonna say, why did he call it rigatoni?
We're all fighting our battles here, Mero.
Yo, I was like, well, I like a bolognese. I like it with vodka sauce. Yeah, I like a little rigatoni carbonara sometimes. Throw the egg in the.
We're making fun of him here, not me today. Let's play Vladimir Guerrero enjoying making fun of the Yankees.
Dale, the Yankee lose.
Papi.
That sounds so Dominican.
He's torn right now. He's torn right now to say something. He loves Vladdy, though.
Papi, let me tell you something. David Ortiz, papi, tú eres de lo mío. Tú eres una leyenda. Pero así no se brega. Así no se brega. Also, Vladimir, Vladdy Jr., bájale dos, my bro. Like suave, bro. You play for the Toronto Blue Jays, gang. Remember that. You play for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yankee lose.
That's fine. But we will be right back here next year. You will not. Okay? We had a bad stretch in the summer that would have changed everything. By the way, we demolished the Boston Red Sox, who the Yankees lose.
Yankee lose.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, Poppy. You invented that phrase. You coined that phrase. Your team also got smoked by a kid named Cam Schlittler. Okay?
Yankee lose.
That's fine. The guys are blowing it. The women are doing great. The Gotham FC is doing great. Shout out to Mitch Purse. You know what I'm saying? We're doing good. New York Sports we're up. Okay? Knicks about to kick it off. We're looking phenomenal. 7 p.m. is about to come back out. You know what I'm saying? New York Sports is in a great place. Jackson Dart is our starting quarterback. I'm going there tonight. You listen to me. Who y'all got? DraftKings? Who's your DraftKings?
It's only DraftKings. DraftKings is the only thing that matters.
DraftKings. Everybody that's putting a bet in tonight. 24-21 New York Giants over the Philadelphia Eagles tonight, Thursday night. I'm in the building.
Lose.
He knows so little English.
Yeah.
He knows what he needs to know.
Yankee lose.
That is the perfect accent from someone who basically doesn't know very much English, but knows how to make fun of the Yankees in English.
That's it.
Yankee lose.
You know, people are like, yo, do you speak Spanish? And they're like, yeah, I know some bad words. Like, that's Poppy with English. Like, he's like, yo, do you speak English? He's like, yeah, I know how to make slander the Yankees.
Yankee lose.
The great part about that sound is that there's no S's on either Yankee or loses. Yankees lose, there's nothing.
Yankee lose.
No S's.
Yankee lose.
Yankee Lou.
The Yankee Lou. The Yankee look at me Louie.
The Yankee lose.
No
That's
S's.
look at me Louie right there.
Someone
That's
talking about Lou
look at me
Gehrig.
Louie.
Someone talking about Lou Gehrig in the 1960s.
The Yankee Lou Gehrig disease. What?
He doesn't know enough English to put the S at the end of Yankees, or everything is a Z in there. He doesn't have the English facility to say this correctly.
Let me tell you something. This is important. This is an important fact to know about Dominicans. Dominicans don't believe in S's. In Spanish or in English, we do not believe in the letter S. The letter S does not exist for us. In Spanish or in English. The Yankee Lou?
The Yankee lose.
Quítame esta vaina ahí.
Let's play the Toronto manager. Do you know his name, Mero? Do you know John Schneider's name?
Schneider.
Here's Schneider making fun of your Yankee Lou.
Every single one of you in bullpen game, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, all you it takes everybody every day. Start spreading the news, bitches. We're going!
The Yankees lose.
You know what? Listen, I'm truly unbothered by this. But what bothers me is that every other fan base makes it, this is your championship. I said this about the Pacers, bro. Like, this is your championship, bro. Like, beating New York is your championship for every fan base across America. It's sad. Have pride in your own teams, guys. Have pride in winning and just winning. Like, yo, we're going to the ALCS, something we haven't done in that long because we suck. We're the Toronto Blue Jays. We absolutely suck. Vladimir Guerrero is wasting his career playing here. We're not going to win anything of any, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to win a ring. You're not going to do that. You're not going to win a World Series. Have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy beating the Yankees, you know what I'm saying, who brought in Camilo Doval, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, to shore up the bullpen. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? It's never going to happen again. It's never going to happen again.
How does baseball keep getting away with this, where you have a champagne celebration just for, we got out of the second round? Like, this is the dumbest thing. Outside of the Minnesota Timberwolves at one time, I don't see any other professional North American sports behave this way for just merely advancing past the first round.
It's because baseball is such a slog. The entire season there's 1,035 games, and you're playing every single day. You're flying to Detroit 20 times a year. So it's just like, you know, like when it's over, you're like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's almost over. I think they're not celebrating the fact that they made it to the next step. They're celebrating the fact that they're closer to the end. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Mero, Complex came out with the top 25 reggaeton artists of all time. I'm not going to give all 25.
Reggaeton.
There you go. You know. All right, I'm going to give you... I think I agree with the top 10. I'll give you the top 10 in a second. But from the notables from the top 25, 23, De La Ghetto.
A little low for me, but that's fine.
A little low, but there's some OGs in this like back half. Ñengo Flow at 22.
Okay.
Nicky Jam at 18, which I thought was a little low as well.
Yeah, he probably should be top 10.
Hector y Tito at 17. Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. That's blasphemous.
I know.
Bro, I'm Dominican.
I know.
And that's blasphemous.
I know. Hector y Tito is 17 is low. Calle 13 at 16. Anuel at 15. And Zion and Lennox at 11.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, Zion and Lennox is top 5. First of all, let me stop. Like, yo, first of all, Nicky Jam, like, musically, should be in the top 10. As a dude, he's a very hot girl. She's very hot. Look at Nicky. So hot. She's so hot.
Nicky Jam.
That's probably what bumped him down. But listen, if you were a reggaeton duo and you had an ampersand in your name, you're in the top 10.
It was hot. Whatever it was hot.
Zion and Lennox, Alexi Fido.
Not even on the list. Not on the list.
All right, well, hold on. Come up with your own top 5 list. He'll give us his top 10 here, or the list's top 10, but let's do yours off the top of your head. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's see how close your list is to Tony's list. No LI, just give us number 5 from you.
Number 5, Joely Randy.
Okay.
Number 4, Arcangel. Number 3, Daddy Yankee. Number 2, Don Omar. And number 1, Tego Calderon.
Wow, a lot of people omitted from that top 5.
Make the list.
Okay, so Joely Randy is at 12 in the complex list. We'll start with 11. So 11 is Zion Lennox, and then 10 is Karol G.
Oh, okay, shout out to Karol G.
10 feels high,
She's
especially with all the
headlining
legends.
Coachella right now.
Okay.
If you're going to put, that needs to be Ivy Queen in there.
Okay, hold on.
Why
Hold on. Number 9.
Legend.
Number 9 we have
Kim.
Arcangel. Number 9.
Oh, okay, good.
I like Arcangel. He probably should be a little lower. Number 8, Ivy Queen.
Okay, I'll take it.
Number 7, Ozuna.
Oh,
which I think was a little low, right? a little high, but a little low. Whichever way you're looking at it, I think he should be
I
further.
think,
I think he should be further back in the list if you're talking about.
I think it's recency bias with Ozuna.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Number 6, J Balvin. You didn't like that one?
Recency bias? What's the matter?
Yeah, I think that's like he did a Pokemon reggaeton song, bro. I think that's just like
I don't know, man. Con Natura slaps.
Hey, what?
Oasis with him and Bad Bunny was a great album. Fire.
But that's like saying,
Bad Bunny doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Con Natura.
Thank you.
I know ball, buddy. I know ball.
Where's Enfasis?
Benito carried on Oasis.
Where's Enfasis? We need Lento.
Not on the list. All right, starting off at number 5, Tego Calderón. So at least a top 5 for Tego. Legend. Number 4.
The Rock Kim of reggaeton.
Yes. Number 4, Don Omar.
Yeah, good. We're good. We're going good.
You like Don at 4?
Yeah. Somebody at Complex got a Puerto Rican titi.
That's
they got some help here.
Yeah, they got some help. They got a titi that was at Club Exit in 1999.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
The heydays. They would have heard this next duo. Number 3, Wisin y Yandel at number 3. They had a run. They had a crazy run. I was going back into the Wikipedia and look at some of their discography. They had a massive run of banger after banger after banger afher banger.
Massive. You hear me? Rakata.
Rakata.
Come on, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Number
Yo,
2.
come on.
Number 2, DY.
Toby and Zach. Oh, of course, come on.
You didn't have Daddy. You didn't have Daddy in your top 5.
Yeah, because it's like saying like Jay-Z is in your top 5 rappers,
it's
or like
OG.
Biggie.
It's too OG to even.
It's too OG. It's like, you know, if I was, it's like being like, yo, DJ Playero, like, bro, he started the whole thing, like, you know.
Number 1, biggest artist on the planet, Bad Bunny.
You guys are already doing that? You guys are already
100%,
doing that. You're saying he's the best there's ever been.
100%. Dan, there's nobody that has been able to put out 1, 2, 6 albums that every single one of them has been a banger with rarely a skip on it. No artist has been ever able to do something like that. Think of any rap artist, any rock band, any pop artist. Nobody has an album from top to bottom that has 0 skips. Bad Bunny has 6 of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Billy doesn't agree. I heard a stray what there. He's scared.
That's fine. He doesn't have to.
He's
No,
scared.
it's okay. You're gonna get so crushed for that. You're just
How am I
going
gonna
to
get so crushed for
in
that?
the history of music
Nobody.
has had more hits than Bad Bunny.
Nobody.
Is a wild.
Nobody.
Take.
Well, Drake
it's
has had more hits than Bad Bunny. That's factually so. Right?
Quantifiable, yes.
So, Billy, what happened?
Michael Jackson was pretty big in his time. Like,
Michael Jackson was pretty big.
You don't get it.
You ever hear about this guy named Michael Jackson?
Beatles. Some people like the Beatles. Maybe not for you. But
Not for
like,
me. Definitely not for me.
Let's not stray too far from why it is Mero is here, please.
Yankee lose.
We were having
All right,
fun.
man. All right. You know what you'll never hear? The Marlins win.
What?
Hey, it's Marlin.
Yankee lose.
It's Marlin.
Marlene, no S.
Marlin.
I think the Marlins have won as many championships as the Yankees this century. Like I think I have that right. Pretty close. The last 20 years, last 15,
turn of the century.
last 15 years, maybe. I got to do some creative math to get there.
Let's go last 24 years.
You're doing stat news math, man. Don't be like that. You're doing it within the last 2.5 years and weeks and months.
Well, but
don't do that.
How about this though?
We got one in 2009. 2009 is recent enough.
Okay, there have now been 110 combined consecutive seasons. Rangers, Islanders, Knicks, Nets, Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, that New York hasn't won a championship since the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2012.
Well, listen. That's being very misogynistic because we're not talking about the women and the women's games.
The Liberty.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You know what I mean? We got
on
Gotham at 23, Liberty also, you know what I'm saying, cooking.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, let's give it, you
really got me there. You did. You cornered me. You made me forget about the Liberty.
That's a bitch.
You did. You really did corner me on that one. I thought I had you, and I did. I got exposed there. I'm embarrassed. Let's do Refrán del Día before we make everybody go to the bucket.
Dímelo, mi gente! Thank you. The return of Refran del Dia. Hit it. Yeah, exactly right. We have the Kid Mero in the building. We've got me. We've got the wheel. Spin it.
What are our choices on the wheel? I don't think Roy was ready
Roy
for
knows the segment that has a wheel.
Roy doesn't
famously
know.
has the wheel.
I
and
think
spin
Roy
the
is
wheel
unprepared for the wheel, for Refran, and in general. I think Roy has been confused by the last 5 minutes of language. He doesn't understand anything that was said around here.
You're right.
All right, we got our Refran del Dia. Roy, can you hit the music for me?
We're already in the music.
A little louder. I wanted a little louder, though. I want for the vibes. I wanted a little louder. No.
Do you just follow a script?
No, listen, I want the music a little bit louder. Like, you guys want to turn up to Taylor Swift. I want to turn up to my culture. Thank you.
You're a teleprompter guy.
No, I'm not a teleprompter. Nothing here is teleprompted. All right.
Roy's name is actually Royce, but since we do not pronounce sounds, that's why you call him Roy all the time. Every day it's Roy.
Prince Royce is missing from that list as well. Prince Royce. Real ones know, by the way. All right. Today's Refran del Dia is Hecho un yogur. Hecho un yogur.
Yogur. You sound like me with reggaeton.
Hecho un yogur translates from Spanish to English as made of yogurt or made of yogurt. Made of yogurt.
It sounds like you surprised Mero.
It's a very Cuban.
Mero didn't even
teaching.
Understand your Refran del Dia.
Today's a teaching. Yeah, today's a teaching Refran del Dia. Usually, there's cross cultures that understand the same ones. This one is a uniquely Cuban saying that means hecho or means made of yogurt.
Yeah, but that's one of those things. English, Spanish, like that could also mean something dirty.
Exactly right. But the reason why I'm hecho un yogur right now is because my daughter has me up at night. She was kicking me this morning. I didn't sleep at all. I'm hecho un yogur. I made nothing. I made just a bland substance of nothing right now. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. My life is a wreck right now. I'm hecho un yogur.
Tú estás explotado, bro.
Desbaratado todo.
Desbaratado.
That's another synonym. Exactly right.
Agotado.
Exactly right. Synonym for hecho un yogur, desbaratado, estoy descojonado. Agotado.
Terminé.
You can't say descojonado.
Yeah.
You can't say that out loud on the airwaves.
But
That's not something that's allowed to be said.
Oh, here we go. FCC Dan.
Are you gonna call the FCC on Bad Bunny when he says that?
This guy was celebrating when Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air.
I knew it.
He was hyped.
Thank you, Dan.
It was crazy.
It's about damn
I knew you were an ally.
He said, good for him.
Go ahead and do Refran del Dia on descojonado, please. Go ahead.
Descojonado.
No, please.
That's a Refran del Dia Hall of Famer, by the way, that your dad was a part of, and he put his head in his hands because he didn't want to answer.
No, because of course you
Descojonado
can't
means
say that out loud.
No balls. They have no balls. A eunuch. No, somebody with no testicles. They are sans testicles. They are descojonado.
Descojonado. You have no testicular fortitude.
None.
Zero testículo.
Are you familiar with the Dentec bucket? I need the Dentec mouthpieces in here. Does everyone have their mouthpieces? Are they ready to go to the bucket? Because I don't think that the Kid Mero knows what it is that we're doing here. But if you get a bad football team here, Mero, you're going to be stuck in a situation where you have to pay a punishment. I don't have the lines in front of me. Do you guys have the lines in front of you as we
I got
do this?
all these at the top of the dome because I know ball.
Okay, so we're going to do the Dentec bucket here with Mero. And let's see what we have here. You get to, let's give him the rules in a second on what it is that we're doing here because he's not done this with us, but he's going to have to pay a penalty here if he gets a losing team. You get one pick in the bucket, and if you don't like that pick, you get another pick, but the second pick stands. It's fairly self-explanatory.
All right.
Tony, you go first.
All right, let's
please.
start off here on the bucket. Sponsored by Dentec. The Carolina Panthers,
You don't want that ever unless it's a bye.
They are playing against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys are
I'm gonna put that
3-point favorites.
Yeah, I'm going to put that
You're going to put that one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Cowboys are going to roll them. Cowboys are going to roll them. All right, here we go. I got the Packers.
Packers are playing Joe Flacco.
Oh, no, Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
I'm kind of nervous about that, if I'm going to be honest.
You shouldn't be. What? They're big favorite,
They're
right?
14-point favorites.
14.
Yeah, but you guys don't know. Joe Flacco gets to a new team. All of a sudden, he's going to play well.
Joe Flacco's already 1-0 against the Packers this season.
Exactly right. Thank you, Mike.
He knows how to beat him.
That's
He's got
wild.
that number.
Is this the first time a quarterback has played a non-division team twice? Huh? Something to ponder.
Good point. I
Here
like
we go.
that.
I know ball. The Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I'll keep this.
You want that? Okay.
I like the
They're on the
Cowboy.
road. They're on the road as a 3-point favorite.
Vamos, Dallas Cowboys.
3.5-point favorite. Billy's going to go now.
I got the Steelers.
Steelers are off a bye.
No, they're playing Cleveland, and they're a 5.5-point favorite.
I'm gonna keep this.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
Paul.
I'm gonna keep the Steelers.
That's going to be Gabriel as your quarterback, throwing the ball 6 yards at a time.
2 first names.
All right, the bucket is presented by Dentech's Ultimate Fantasy Football Punishment. Learn more and sign up your league at dentech.com.
Where's your mouthpiece, buddy?
Oh, I have it right here.
Oh,
Did you get the
Roy got Notre Dame.
the golden helmet of life?
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be taken out. Zaz has that. That's not supposed to be in there.
That's never been the law. Let's not do this.
Congratulations, Roy.
Thank you.
Roy, you need to play the sound that goes with the golden helmet of life.
Dan, are you gonna pull for Merrill or?
I can't physically pull.
Yeah, you gotta pull for Merrill, Dan.
All right, this pick is for Mero right here. He's got the swap helmet.
Oh wow!
Worst
Roy!
case scenario.
You gotta pull another one, Dan. You gotta pull
the other
another
one
one.
now.
The swap helmet means you get to take anyone else's helmet that you want, Mero. You get to any helmet that you want around here. The golden helmet of life is the best thing that you can get. The other pick is for the Texans. So you have the
They're
Texans,
on a
but
bye,
you can
so that's a
swap
good
it.
one too.
You got 2 good helmets, no penalties for you.
So you could either be satisfied that you're safe on the one time maybe all season that you'll pick this, or just be mean to Roy and give him just 1 week of safety as opposed to 3.
You know what? Y'all have been saying Royce incorrectly. So I'm going to take the bye and give Roy safety.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No one's happy about that.
Because I got mad love for Roy. You know what I'm saying? He's up there doing his same thing every day. First one in, last one out. You know what I'm saying?
Not often.
Real
accurate.
studio rat.
Not today.
You know what I'm saying? Locked in.
That's very nice of you. I took the Chargers. I got the Chargers. They're a 7.5-point favorite at Baltimore. So
Big Justin Herbert guy.
I'll keep that.
No, Chargers play the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at.
You're still good.
They're still 4.5
You're
point
looking at the
favorites against the
Rams.
Dolphins.
Keep that.
You're still fine.
You're
Yeah.
looking at the Rams.
I was
Rams
looking
play
at the
Ravens.
Rams.
Yeah,
That's my
man,
bad.
you gotta wear the cheaters, man.
Ram tough. You got Rams on line.
Merrill, good seeing you. Victory Light with the Kid Merrill from iHeartRadio.
That's right.
New episodes twice a week, wherever it is you get your podcasts. You also got his YouTube channel at According to the Kid. Hit him one more time with the Vladimir Guerrero before Billy buries Tony here.
The Yankee lose.
It's not a bury. It just, we had some people do some research in the back in regards to Billboard #1 hits all time. Since you said that,
that's why I already know your argument is
said-
flawed, because you're going to the Billboard mainstream artist and seeing like, oh yeah, what did Billboard say? I don't give a what Billboard says. How about that one?
The most hits ever. I'm just gonna read you the top
What
5.
I said just to clarify really quick before you read the top 5. What I said was his albums have no skips.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He's
And
got
this is
massive
just-
hits, no album. He's got every album has no skips in it. That's
All right.
what I said.
This is just these Billboard ranks #1 songs.
Okay.
All right. Number 5 on the list, Drake with 13 #1 songs.
More
all
hits
time.
than the Beatles. Yes, we know that.
Tied with Drake, but at number 4, Michael Jackson, 13 #1 songs.
Okay.
At number 3, Rihanna has 14 #1 songs
Good for
all
her.
time.
Good for her. I didn't realize
Number 2, this one might be a surprise to you guys. Number 2, Mariah Carey has 19 #1 songs all time.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Before you drop the #1, let me tell you something. Open your third eye to calcify your pineal gland. It's manufactured with stream farms nowadays. Think about it.
Thank you.
I saw a thing where Akon was talking about how he'd just make ringtone music because he realized he could get $4.99 per ringtone
Straight to
or
your
$1.99
account.
per stream, and
Yes.
he's like, "I'm just making ringtones. I don't give a crap."
Soulja Boy did the same thing.
All
Soulja
right.
Boy was the original.
Number 1, the Beatles with 20. If you're wondering where Bad Bunny is, the biggest artist of all time, according to Tony, more hits than anyone, he has one #1 hit of all time. And if you're wondering what that song was, it's "I Like It," which is really Cardi B and J Balvin, and Bad Bunny's kind of tossed on there.
Wow, tossed on there. He made
Carries-
wow, like he's just the parsley on the steak. Wow, that's
I
crazy.
listened to that song in the middle of the Caribbean on a cruise, and man, that hit.
Of course.
Where you're
of course,
walking on
because
the Lido
when you're
deck while that
talking about
song's
the
playing.
vibes,
Chumbeo, Chumbeo. I was like,
exactly.
oh my
Thank
God.
you. He made my point already. We made my point. That's it. I won.
Tony's a vibe lord.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about the vibes. It's not about numbers. It's about the eye test.
The ear test.
Yankee lose.
I used to be good at morning routines, and then I had a baby, and then my morning routines kind of went out the window, unfortunately. But one thing that I've been doing to make sure that my morning routine is back on track like it used to be is AG1. It's a clinically studied daily health drink that combines multivitamins, probiotics, and a blend of superfoods into one scoop. One scoop, add water, and give it a good shake, and suddenly I'm getting 75 multivitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients without thinking about it. My gut thanks me. My nutrient levels thank me. Everybody thanks me. My wife, my kids, everybody. My kid. This episode is sponsored by AG1, but here's the thing. I actually use it every morning. It's become the super easy habit that keeps me consistent. No guessing, no juggling a bunch of bottles, just one scoop, and I'm done. AG1 promotes a relaxed, calm feeling and helps me bounce back from the daily stress of everyday life. I use AG1 every day, and you should too. Head to drinkag1.com/DLB to get free welcome kits, including a bottle of vitamin D and free AG1 travel packs when you first subscribe. That's drinkag1.com/DLB.
I am feeling genuine embarrassment from how I said reggaeton. I'm feeling genuine embarrassment by saying that in New York, they've had 110 combined consecutive seasons. Rangers, Islanders, Knicks, Nets, Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, without a championship since Eli Manning in the Super Bowl in 2012. And I forgot the Liberty. And I forgot the Liberty, even though Roz, has her championship ring now. There it is. She's wearing it. And I've got to be honest, it's the only thing about her right now that looks New York because she's gone fully LA. I can see behind her and in everything that's happening right now, she has traded New York for Los Angeles. Am I wrong? Do I have it wrong? Because you look like an entirely different human being in your surroundings right now than you've looked every time I've seen you over the last year and a half or so. Do I have it wrong?
I'm giving LA right now. Is that what I'm giving?
Are you not? Where are you?
I'm in LA. I'm in my I'm in my home in LA. I have officially made the move back to my home after spending the summer in New York and Brooklyn with the Liberty, as we've talked about a bunch of times. And I'm just going to gesture a lot because, we've talked like 4 different, appearances with y'all about this dang ring.
It's pretty
good. And I finally have it. And I said, I'm going to rock it for Dan and for everybody watching Le Batard.
It is very big. It is very showy. You're going to wear that in public a lot? Mike, why are you looking at me this way?
Roz handled that very well. Back here, we thought about saving you from that awkward exchange.
I really wanted
but
to.
I was like, it was kind of, I was like rubbernecking. I'm like, where is this going? And it was like, oh, no, it got worse.
No, she's giving off a lot of Los Angeles right now.
She's just wearing a hat, bruv.
It's a hat, and I have some art. I'm definitely giving off it's giving off woman, it's giving off black girl for sure. If you see Stanford women's basketball, little jersey in the background. And then
that rings too much. I fear it's too much.
And honestly, if you see me with a hat on air, do you want to know what the truth is? My hair is not done. My hair is not done. I got a hat on. You're like, oh no, her hair was not ready for a camera.
Will you showy wear that ring? Because David Sampson's ring is about that size. You don't have any other rings that size, correct?
Oh, I have the Warriors championship rings.
The championship rings are gaudier than the other jewelry.
It's getting worse, Billy.
It's getting
No, but I get what you're saying. And no, what I plan to do with this ring, which I literally took out of a box and put on so that I could have it on, because you've referenced the ring a few times and I was not ready with it. I'm going to put it in my safe. And yeah, because these rings, these championship rings from these teams are worth more than a lot of the things in my house. So I'm just going to put them away. And if there's a reason to come on the Dan Le Batard Show and talk about rings, then I'll pull it out. Oh, that's nice.
The Panthers ring is pretty nice. You like that one? It's got a rat on it. It's we apologize to no one.
You're killing it.
Ow.
I love like actually learning the stories behind different rings. it's really fascinating what teams and ownership think is important in the season and like stockpile into the rings. You know, the player rings for the New York Liberty guys. I'm sure you heard about this, but it was really cool. So on the player rings, I mean, these are like huge, like takes up like about a good chunk of their hands. And also this green part on mine is all like diamonds, you know, for the players, and it's huge. I heard they're around $70,000 rings, but the top opens up like a locket, and inside of the player rings are 2 earrings, crowns, so they can pop out earrings, like, you know, just like crown earrings, and rock them too. I mean, I just thought that was pretty cool.
It's pretty great that the rings are worth more than like the salaries were a few years ago.
Wow, that's crazy. Actually, there are players with 70K salaries right now, like rookie Mins and stuff. So to put it that way is absolutely insane. Are you scene setting a contentious CBA discussion right now, Dan?
I am not. I want to actually talk about the game last night. The championship appears to have been won last night, and just Asia Wilson cementing herself, like making history in spots where you're watching greatness, you know, win championships and MVPs. And this isn't actually the woman we've been talking about the last couple of years, because we've been caught up in the other conversations around Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson, in a way that you've actually been critical recently of the way that the men have been talking about this sport when we wander over and stick our nose in things and don't know as much as the people who've been covering it much better than we have over the last few years.
Honestly, it's really more just funny. Like, first of all, I don't want to gatekeep women's basketball, and nor do I want to, you know, get in another argument about the right to be an angry fan or a mean fan. But it's funny. These are huge platforms, and often are shaping the conversation around women's hoops and like what people hear. And if the only time that they like come in to cover women's basketball is when things are on fire, when rightfully so, there's like a lot of like, you know, tough situations happening, then it gives the sense that the league has nothing more than chaos. And there's so much more. I mean, yes, they are, you know, trying to fight for a CBA renegotiation that is more favorable for the players, better revenue share, better lifestyles, better salaries. But also center stage right now is a super exciting WNBA finals. I mean, the fact that it's 3-0 may not be what's exciting, but the games themselves, like this last game, game 3, was thrilling and came down to the wire, came down to a dream shake buzzer beater from your post MVP star player over 2 of the top defenders on the other team. Like, someone put that to Father Stretch My Hands, like Kanye song, and I saw that on the internet, and it gave me like goosebumps, because like that's what sports is about. You don't even got to follow the WNBA to know that that moment is iconic, is exciting, would make you say, woo. And Asia Wilson comes through with this, like, honestly, when we go back and look at her career, that is an iconic Asia Wilson moment. It's likely seals the championship for the Aces. It likely means that the Aces are now on their way to being a dynasty with her at the center of this era.
Take us through the goosebumps of it, though, as someone who really loves basketball, the strategy, all of it. Take us through the idea. You know she's not the one who's allowed to beat you. You have to stop her. You have to do everything to stop her. Oh, you can't stop her.
No, Asia Wilson's been a real conundrum for the Phoenix Mercury, in that they really don't have a defender of the right size and skill set to be able to defend her one-on-one and to disrupt her. Alyssa Thomas made the all-defensive team, but she's just proven to be too small for Asia Wilson. And Asia's just shooting over her. They tried some different things. They had Natasha Mack, who's a very active defender, super athletic, different look, long, all the things. Didn't bother Asia. Asia, 34 points, 14 rebounds, double-double, 5 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Just both ends of the court, dominant. And for her to finish the game like that, the ball was going into her hands. And basically Becky Hammon told her, you know, make a play. And Asia said post-game, I didn't need to be told much. I already understood the assignment. She gets the ball. I mean, it's iconic. This is also a 6'4", 6'5", like post player making this move. This is like kind of like shows her range. This isn't some like post up, throw it into into the post and like turn around and make a layup. This is some real like high level skill, eyes on the moment, bright lights. She goes left, picks up, spins back, and it's over two of the best players on the Phoenix Mercury. I mean, it's Alyssa Thomas, it's DeWanna Bonner. They're both there contesting her. They're long, their seasons on the line. They've just came back from down 17. Nearly came back from down 17 to win this game. And they tied it up. A'ja Wilson just stomps all over that and hits this like jumper over both of them. It's just what sports are made of. And it was fantastic. I mean, everybody that I'm watching it with, we're all screaming in our group chats and on threads and Twitter. And there's this commercial for A'ja Wilson where I think it's Cheryl Lee Ralph talking. Who does A'ja think she is? Who does A'ja think she is? She is who she thinks she is. And when she hit that shot, I was like, A'ja is who she thinks she is. It was incredible. What a game. What a game.
Roz, what kind of leverage will Unrivaled present for the players as we're just a couple of months away from season 2 tipping off for Unrivaled, and everyone assumes this is going to be a pretty nasty potential work stoppage and collective bargaining process for the WNBA. I know the idea was secondary income and perhaps this point of inflation where you can actually leverage this thing.
How was that a segue from everything we just talked about?
Right? The action. He went right to the money.
He helped Dan.
And he's trying to help me with point of inflection, I think.
I meant inflection.
I think inflection is what he meant, but he's not.
The thing doesn't exist.
I was like, I'm over here trying to sell y'all how amazing the product is.
Yeah,
right?
No, I watched the game. Hey,
Roz, thank you for doing that.
Did you say I watched a game?
I watched the game.
How did we do what he just did when you're talking about a magical moment? He's like, 3-0. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about money.
I thought that better covered it. Yeah, let's talk about the money and greed. Was it bad question outside of the inflection thing?
Long question too.
It was. I was just.
He was trying to find it. He was trying to find it.
No, absolutely. And it is an absolutely valid and important question. So are we going to bounce? Are we done with the game, or you want to go into?
It's such fair commentary by you. No, you just had a moment from the MVP of the league, okay, where she is being defended by two people because if they could have guarded her with 40, they would have tried, but they weren't going to be able to guard her because you saw greatness in real time, and it ought to be celebrated before we move on to, hey, the ladies are arguing about money again.
Yeah. And I think I'll absolutely answer that very valid question. But if there was one more thing that I thought was important too about the Aces and that victory, it's, there's a lot of people that deserve to take a bow here for the Aces. It's absolutely anchored by A'ja Wilson, but I actually think this is Becky Hammon's probably most challenging coaching job in all her years here. And she's had some great seasons. The Aces are on their way to winning 3 championships now in 4 years. And but she had to be really flexible, changed her starting lineup, had a different coaching staff, lost over the years very important critical players to the success of the Aces, tried different strategies. Like I just feel like she's had to keep recreating her strategy, herself, this team until they finally got here. Never forget that this Aces team was 500 on the season. People were saying they were out of it, guys. They were saying the Aces, okay, nice run, but they're done. It's the Lynx, it's the Liberty, it's all these other teams. They had lost by 53 points to the Lynx on August 2nd. And that must have been like their breaking point, their low point, because from there, they rattled off 17 straight and then this crazy run to the WNBA finals and now looking like a championship. So, at first it looked like A'ja Wilson was dragging this team, but I think it's important to note that the Aces as a team improved gradually over the season to pull this out. And whether that was Jewel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray stepping up big here, Melissa Smith being big, Dana Evans being empowered on the bench, and I keep pointing, and Jackie Young being great all season, but Becky Hammon as the leader of this, really putting it together. She deserves some flowers.
You know what? I don't even want the answer anymore. I'll just go back to setting my fantasy lineup. I like Sorokin between the pipes, Roy.
She's the host of Good Follow. You can follow, listen, and subscribe to Good Follow on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I wanted to talk about LeBron with her. I wanted to talk about LeBron with Billy as well, because I don't think we got his full thoughts on what it is that he just did, yanking everybody around with Hennessy. What were your thoughts there, Roz?
I was just like, not LeBron selling us liquor on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, there's just, it's literally the middle of the day, LeBron. Like, what the heck? Like, nothing matters. Or don't you have to send your kids to school? Like, actually, where I think LeBron is right now, it's kind of like a fun part of his career. You know how people, when they get older, they get funny? Like, I feel like LeBron's in on the jokes with us now. And now I think he knows that, you know, we think that there's a joke that he just makes things up, or that he doesn't know the lyrics to songs, or that he's attention thirsty. So, like, you know, now it's like he's playing into it. I feel like it, and I kind of like this version of LeBron where he's just like messing with us.
Oh,
We're
but
in the
that'd be
troll era.
funny though if he were just saying, "I'm thirsty, I need Hennessy." That would be funny. The way that he did it, not funny.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Well, I thought that trolling us that way, being that commercial, was grotesquely
But that's what
commercial.
he does. Like, LeBron does that. Like, you're just pretending you're surprised at this. I'm actually surprised that, like, he wasted I'm making my second decision on this. Like, he must have got a bag to do this, right? Because, like, for sure this has been pitched forever, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And he used it now.
I feel you 100% and was feeling the same way. In fact, I've been seeing LeBron doing commercials for things that I always thought was maybe for like a lesser tier of superstar. Like, you know, he's doing sports gambling ads and like all this.
We
and that,
love
and
those.
Now, like,
we do love those.
No.
We love them.
We are.
Yeah, we love that partner
we love
especially.
Yes, especially the ones he's doing.
Oh, look at me being helpful, huh?
Whatever happened to Roz? She never came back on the DLS show.
Roz, see you later. On that note, I'm going to get no more opinions from you. If you want to see her, you can see her and listen to her on Good Follow.
We miss CBA talk, huh there, Roz?
See you later, Roz. Good
CBA.
talking to you. We like
Nice
LeBron
hat.
DraftKings work. Pitch clock is next.
I still haven't calculated who the winner of all of these games was.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while.
I said I was going to do it from the regular season ones, and I still haven't done it.
I don't think you're going to like what you find out.
I think I'm going to go ahead and wait until after the postseason and hope that I can make a little bit of a run.
Let's get going.
Pablo Torre finds out.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch. A two-part baseball segment combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert. This is the Pitch Clock.
Playoff baseball continues.
Playoff mode. I'm not doing Harry Carey anymore. I am focused on whooping Jeremy's ass.
All right. I guess that's where things stand at the moment. It's me and Chris. We're back.
Hi, everybody.
Look at him. It's what we're doing. We're playing some trivia games, and we'll have Adnan Verk with us momentarily to talk all things playoff baseball. Been a really awesome week in between the last two episodes. Ethan Badowski at home with what we have counted are 7 different Gator insignias behind him in some different capacity.
Even the microphone.
He's wearing his Cubs hat. Ethan, what is our game going to be today?
All right, so the Mariners won their first playoff game at home since the 2001 ALDS. It was Game 5 against the Cleveland then Indians. So in front of you, there are 2 rosters. Now, Chris Cody, I'm going to ask you a question. Trident or Spear? What's the better weapon?
Trident.
All right, so you are going to be the Mariners, and Jeremy, you are going to be the Cleveland baseball franchise.
Thank
Correct.
you.
As
So
you
we're-
can see,
yeah,
in
we're
front of
flipping
you,
open these
there are-
rosters.
Yes, there are. It's a field with numbers on them. It's a simple game. You've got 3 strikes. You've got to name all the players by their numbers on the field for Game 5 of the 2001 ALDS.
Oy vey.
Yeah, and just a clarification, we don't have the DHs. It's just the outfield
Yeah.
positions. So the pitcher and then all of the outfield positions.
Oh God, I'm done. You're gonna win.
Jeremy, I'm going to let you lead off.
Okay,
so
thank you.
give me your first guess. Give me a number and a position for everybody.
Yeah.
And then tell me who it is.
All right, so while I'm looking at this field for Cleveland, I see number 7 in center field. And I'm hoping this is the guy who I believe it is, which is one of my favorite players to watch at this time. Is that Kenny Lofton?
That is, in fact, Kenny Lofton. Jeremy, you are on the board.
Man, this Guardians, a lot of easy names on here. I wish I had them.
I don't know if I have easy names here.
I have 5 out of 9 that I feel good about.
Okay. So give me your first one, Cody. Go
I'm
ahead.
up. Okay, 51 Ichiro, right field.
That is obviously correct. He was the Rookie of the Year and I believe the MVP that season as well.
Okay, I'm going to go with the second baseman for Cleveland, number 12, Roberto Alomar.
That is correct, Jeremy. You are 2 for 2.
Pretty obvious. Okay.
It's like there's a few where it's like, okay, that's clearly who it is.
It's
but
going to get
once
tough.
I get beyond, I think, 4 names here, I'm not sure I have any.
Making our way around the outfield, center field, 44. We'll go Mike Cameron.
That is correct. Yes, Mike Cameron.
What a day of baseball. 4 elimination games yesterday. We had one team advance. We got Adnan Verk with us, same as last week, our postseason reporter here with the Pitch Clock. And Adnan was also the post-game reporter for MLB Network in one of those games. That was in New York for the Blue Jays and the Yankees, and that's where we'll start, Adnan. Despite Aaron Judge's best efforts, and I don't care what Billy Gill has to say about this, Aaron Judge's best efforts, the Yankees go down in 4 games. They allowed 50 hits across 4 games, and the Blue Jays didn't even have their best hitter, arguably, in Bo Bichette. Vladdy Jr., he did crush those Yankees. We could easily lament, Adnan, what the Yankees didn't do, but I would rather celebrate those Toronto Blue Jays here. So what made them so difficult for this Yankees team and allowed them to advance to the ALCS for the first time since 2016?
Jeremy, good to see you as always. First off, shout out to the fact you're wearing a shirt, Jasper, Canada.
Yes, I am.
Sir. Epic Alberta right now. I love it. It's a great day for Canada. There's no question about it. First time ever the Jays and Yankees faced off in the postseason, and Toronto is clearly the better team. I mean, both these teams had 94 wins, but the Jays and Yankees head-to-head, it was a matchup that was favorable for Toronto. And I'm with you. We could point at the fact that the Yankees offense was popcorn when they needed it most, but really I think I credit Toronto and just that they're a better team, especially offensively. I mean, they just murdered Yankee pitching, whether it was Fried or Rodon, didn't matter who it was. 34 runs over the first 4 games of the postseason, 4th most ever for a team, particularly at home with 23 runs. But on the road yesterday, felt like this was a game the Yankees would win. Schlittler pitching, it was so dominant against the Red Sox. And it's a bullpen game for Toronto. How much criticism have you heard about Toronto's bullpen? And yet they stepped up big time. I mean, that was an incredible effort in a bullpen game. As you know, it's fun to watch because you're like, if one single link in the chain falls apart, the whole thing falls apart. But instead, they stepped up. And like you said, offensively, Vladdy was unbelievable. I mean, he hit 529, 3 homers in the series. He drives in the first run of game 4. And Ernie Clement, veteran utility man, every time, Jeremy, there's a guy that steps up, you go, what? Ernie Clement hit 643, and he slugged 929 in the series. It was unbelievable. Almost 48,000 fans. And as you said, I was there on the field. I got to talk to Vlad after the game. I got to talk to Ernie Clement, Alejandro Kirk, and there was a ton of Jays fans still in the crowd. I mean, I was there an hour later. They're singing "O Canada" and they're fired up, and it's great for Toronto. First time in the ALCS since 2016. What a ride!
It's a really cool moment for them. And look, they were the team that won the AL East. They're the deserving team from the AL East to ultimately advance to the ALCS. But let's stick in that American League, Adnan. I want to talk to you about a Game 5 that's happening because you head to Seattle, right, where you'll have the Tigers who went down 3-0 in Game 4, then rally for 9 straight runs. They tied it in the 5th. They break it open in the 6th. And now we're back to the Game 1 starters. You got the probable Cy Young winner in Tarek Skubal. You got George Kirby for the Mariners. Skubal, who looked like this at Seattle University, starting in Seattle, of course, hoping to look more like this today for the Detroit Tigers. What do you expect here, Adnan, as the result in this Game 5, and what do you believe will ultimately be the deciding factor in this winner-go-home game?
I saw the Hall of Famer John Smoltz in the press box yesterday. Smoltz and I, former colleagues at MLB Network, and we were laughing about the situation because, again, John, with ties to the Detroit area in Michigan growing up, he said, this is such a great scenario for the Tigers in that you win a game with Tarek Skubal on the mound. Like there's no better scenario for them. And he pointed out, he goes, Seattle has touched him up a little bit, especially in the regular season. But in that playoff start, he goes, yeah, the only 2 home runs you get with Polanco, he goes, both those were changeups. So stay away from that pitch to that guy, and you got to feel great about your chances after the Tigers. You win at Comerica first time in more than a month. I mean, they went 0-8 after Skubal's win over the White Sox. They've been on the road so long. And as you see, the offense stepped up. Riley Green and Javier Baez homering in a 4-run sixth. I love the quote from A.J. Hinch, who said, one of the easiest and most exciting things I get to do is hand the ball to the best pitcher in baseball. I mean, we're getting on a plane across the country, a lot of optimism because of Tarek Skubal. 9 runs, the most they'd scored since Game 6 of the 68 World Series when they scored 13. And I think for Seattle, you have to be lamenting what happened. Like, you wanted to win this series in 4 and 8 to face Skubal. You did it once, Jeremy. I cannot see the Tigers losing 2 Tarek Skubal starts. There's no way. Tigers, Jays, ALCS.
Wow, Tigers, Jays, ALCS. That'll be some fun baseball. So, in a few years from now, the first baseman for Cleveland would be Travis Hafner wearing this number. But at the time, one of the great home run hitters of all time. We've got Jim Thome over at first base.
Sure. That is correct. Yes, Jeremy.
Man, these are fun. These are fun memories over here.
That's what I wanted, man.
All right, moving around the outfield in left field, number 28, Raul Ibanez.
I love that you're so locked in that you're just that's a finger.
That is incorrect.
Oh, all right. I now maybe have a chance.
The starting left fielder in this game for the Seattle Mariners was a guy by the name of Stan Javier.
Didn't Ibanez wear number 28?
I think he was 29.
29.
Oh,
come on.
Man, that just
29?
That just seemed right.
In left field for Cleveland, a young.
That's a tough one.
Manny Ramirez.
No, wearing 46?
That is incorrect.
No,
Wearing
really?
number 46.
Yeah, I thought early in his career that was possible. Who's the left fielder?
The left fielder is Marty Cordova.
Didn't he? Okay, I don't want to say anything.
So let's make something clear here. We are halfway through this round as I've just gotten to 1 strike because I went first. So
yes,
now Chris is up with an opportunity to really even things out.
I'll go starting pitcher, number 50, Jamie Moyer.
Nice.
One of our favorite names ever. That is the man.
I'm going to have trouble here. What I'm trying to figure out is the double play combination that I'm thinking of with this team, this franchise. And I think I'm going to have to guess it just simply because I'm not sure I know a single other name on this team. Is Omar Vizquel the shortstop?
Yeah, that's obvious.
That is
All right.
correct, yes.
You could keep saying it's obvious. I was 6 years old.
All right, but he played in 97. He was there like his whole career. 13.
I wasn't
He's
sure.
Clearly number 13. All right.
Just leave me alone.
I'm a little older.
Okay,
I'm a little older than you.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Go ahead.
That's
Jared,
fine.
go ahead.
No. That's fine.
All right.
Go ahead.
Second base, number 29, the brother of Yankees manager. We're gonna go with Brett Boone.
Remember when I got
right on the nose?
Yeah, was that Brett Boone that I got wrong a couple weeks ago? Or no, that was Giles.
I'm cooking here. I still got 2 more.
In trouble. So
me,
I can't
you
guess.
You asked me if we were doing this game on the current day Mariners, I would know Cal Raleigh.
Let's go ahead and move to the National League games, Adnan, and those are both happening today. Just a few hours from now, if you're watching this on the pitch clock. So the early game, 6 o'clock Eastern, it's the Phillies and the Dodgers. Philadelphia hoping to stick around with their best pitcher in Christopher Sanchez on the mound. They'll take on Tyler Glasnow. And this series has actually been very close. Dodgers won the first 2 games by the skin of their teeth, really. Roki Sasaki, of all people, closing out those games for the Dodgers. And then the Phillies bats wake up, a couple homers for Schwarber last night. So how does Philadelphia get a win today against Glasnow and force a Game 5 and maybe even win this series? Is that possible?
Well, it's crazy to think about, man. Like, we keep seeing how great the bank is as far as home field. I don't want to hear anymore. The Phillies have now lost 5 of the last 6 postseason games at home. But on the road, stepped up big time. How about Schwarber? He needed it big time. I mean, NL's leading home run hitter, 56 homers. He snaps an 0-for-8 skid in the NLDS. That home run went 455 feet over the pavilion. Just the second I ever do that. Willie Stargell did that back in 1969, 1973. So clearly the offense stepped up. Yamamoto did not have his good fastball. They win it 8-2. In terms of this, listen, Sanchez has been awesome, as you know. He's going to be top 3 in the Cy Young voting. So for the Phillies, I feel great about the fact that Christopher Sanchez is there. I wasn't sure about Rob Thompson's strategy of going Nola and Suarez, but it certainly worked out to their advantage. As you said, win a Game 4 in L.A., then a Game 5, you're back at home, which necessarily hasn't been an advantage. But I do like the Phillies to win today. Glasnow's great, but Sanchez has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. If they can scratch it a couple runs, the one weakness you and I both know the Dodgers is their bullpen. And very smartly, Dave Roberts has been saying, well, I'll just use my starters to get outs. Well, it didn't work out yesterday for Clayton Kershaw. Sasaki's been a great story, but he almost got burned using Blake Trinan in Game 1 with a 4-1 lead. So I think it's going to be a challenge for Doc at times to get outs from his bullpen. If Glasnow goes late, it's a moot point, but I think it's going to be tough to scratch out runs against Sanchez. I like the Phillies to win.
Game 5 in Philadelphia would be electric. That's what I'm rooting for it to go 5, just simply because baseball. Kyle Schwarber last night, by the way, with his 2 homers, passed Bernie Williams for the 3rd most postseason home runs of all time. He trails just Jose Altuve and number 1, Manny Ramirez. Later game, Adnan, is at Wrigley Field with the Cubbies winning by a run last night, forcing Game 4. That was in part thanks to Brad Keller. Man, what a job he did out of the bullpen for them. But the Brewers beat the heck out of the Cubs in the first couple of games of this series. So is this a matter of semantics? Like, are the Brewers going to advance tonight? And if you believe they'll win tonight, are you starting to believe that they can actually win an NLCS against whether it's the Dodgers or the Phillies?
Yeah, I do think the Brewers will win their first series since 2018. So that's a long time coming. And I just want to mention, as you said, what a great job by Keller. I mean, Jake Bauers comes up after he had the RBI single in the 4th and leadoff drive in the 7th. I mean, bases loaded, he strikes out. Huge spot there for Keller, no doubt about it. And obviously, I mean, all the offense we're getting to see in the series is in the first inning. Craig Counsell, the great line, because I'm going to start telling my team it's the first inning every inning. That's what they score, whether it's Michael Busch or Pete Armstrong, the 2-out swing, 4-run first inning for Chicago. So expect a lot of runs early, bet the over. And then after that, we'll see. I think Milwaukee wins it. I think they're the better team. I think the matchups favor them, particularly pitching-wise. You really see for Chicago how much they're missing Cade Horton. If they had one more horse, so to speak, they'd be in better shape. I'm not quite yet at the point of believing the Brewers are going to go all the way. I still think the Dodgers or the Phillies are the favorites, Jeremy. But I'm happy for Milwaukee, man. They've shown a lot of moxie, especially these first 2 games, scoring a ton of runs. Chicago wins that game at Wrigley, but Game 4, I do think the Brewers do prevail.
John Mulaney will not be happy. He said play ball at Wrigley Field yesterday. He's actually doing stand-up there, first stand-up comedian. And I'm just mentioning that because he's my favorite comedian. One of my favorite baseball people in the world, Adnan Virk. Thank you so much. Hey, man, lots of great baseball ahead. We'll see you in the weeks to come. Looking forward to it here on the Pitch Clock. Let's get back to our game with me and Chris. So there's a guy I want to guess here, but
they have Rodriguez, Julio Rodriguez.
It feels wrong. It feels wrong to guess him simply because it's a duplication. But is it possible that their catcher was Sandy Alomar Jr.?
That is incorrect, Jeremy.
I didn't. 2 doesn't look right for him, though. That's the only thing.
No, I just wasn't sure. I didn't know where to go. All right, that's 2 strikes for me.
Strike 2.
Damn.
Einar Diaz was the catcher on this day for the Cleveland
who in the world
baseball franchise.
All right, I have the 2 corner infielder spots that I feel decent about. I only have 1 strike, so it doesn't really matter which one I go with first. I'm more confident. I think I'm going to go with Helmet Head at first base.
Yeah, nice.
Number 5, Jonathan Olerud. I know it's John Olerud.
What if it is John Olerud?
I was making a joke there. You better get out of here. I called him Helmet Head.
Well, I was going to say Manuel Ramirez, so. All right. I'm going to. There's no way. 22 in right field. Oh, no.
There's one guy from that era that I think of as like a right fielder who wore 22 a lot. I'm pretty sure he was never a Guardian, though.
Is this Raul Mondesi?
It is not Raul Mondesi.
Jeremy Burnett is the guy who I think
strike 3,
of.
you are out. 22. It is Juan Gonzalez.
All right, so that being said, since I lost... Well, hold on. Do you have 2 strikes?
Let me just
you have
keep
1
looking here.
strike.
I have 1 strike.
Yeah, I want to see how Cody can keep going.
Third base, Adrian Beltre, 25.
Yeah.
No, a little early. Third base is David Bell here.
Ooh.
And then I don't know. I don't know number 4 at short and 6 catcher.
Mark McLemore was the shortstop, and Dan Wilson, their current manager, is the catcher behind the plate on this day.
Can I ask you, there's no world in which 31 on the hill was Jason Marquis, right? I don't know why I couldn't get that name out of my head.
It was Chuck Finley who started his career with the California Angels in like 1986. I learned today.
I picture Chuck Finley, and I don't know if it's with Cleveland or with the Angels, but I picture him with a vest. I don't know why, but no matter what, I must have had a baseball card of Chuck Finley in which he had like a pinstripe vest or something of the like. Chuck Finley.
Imagine
Charles.
that. Chris
Cleveland
wins
wore
again.
vests in these days.
God, this sucks.
Chris wins again.
I'm never going to count the results.
All right, it's time for Thursday Thunders, presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Go ahead, Juju.
Thursday Thunder, welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight, Thursday Night Football in Death Life Arena. I'm going with the guys tonight. My brother Theo Johnson, I'm going with him over 28.5 yards tonight from Jackson Dart. I think my brother has become one of Jackson Dart's prime go-to targets, and he shall overcome. And I'm going to stick with Theo Johnson tonight. I'm going to go over 3.5 catches also for my brother Theo. Big night for Theo. Doesn't need a big night, just a mediocre night for my boy. And Fly Eagles Fly, D Jizzle, Dallas Goddard. I'm going with over 3.5 catches for my brother tonight. Super Bowl champion. Lock it in.
Juju running the 12 personnel on Thursday Thunder tonight. 2 tight end set, baby. Let's go.
Oh, look at DraftKings. They put it up to 4.
I love what Juju is wearing. I love what Roy is wearing. I saw Weapons last night. That movie.
Weapons.
That movie is funny. Roy, where did you get the jersey you're presently wearing?
Rose, our producer for the hockey show, designed this jersey, and I'm planning on using this jersey for on ice activations whenever we get a chance.
You seemed genuinely touched that she bought that for you. You had a giant radiant smile on your face. I'm never used to those from Roy.
Oh, it's an incredible jersey.
A
It's
loving gesture. But where, Juju, I need to hear where it is you got that. I want one of those.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a little print and press here at the crib, so when I see something awesome, I go ahead and print it up for myself. You feel me? I'll send you one over.
He also does LebatardAF.com. He also does a bunch of styles for us that are uniquely Juju. We're going to get to everything with him here, including alley-oop live streams off of the WNBA Finals games. You heard Roz earlier in the show here. You heard Mike trying to immediately derail that by going straight to money as opposed to talking about the game action. Where you see and when you see Asia Wilson do that, were you as awed as Roz was when you know there's one person you got to stop, but you cannot stop her?
Right. Dejanay Carrington said it earlier in the season. What is my answer for stopping Asia Wilson? I don't damn know. Get her to foul out. There is no solution in the W just yet for Asia Wilson, especially when she's in her bag. Mind you, she trained with the Bam. She be in the post moves with Bam off season right here, hitting that same exact shot. So these WNBA ladies, they don't have a chance when she's locked in. And my brother Mike can do no wrong today, man. Happy birthday, Mike. It's your day, brother.
Thank you,
Let's
Juju.
talk about that CBA.
It was a pretty shitty question. However, in retrospect, a vine they both should have grabbed.
Yeah, happy
Amen.
birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck. Ow.
40's a big one, Mike. I don't know. You're shrugging it off.
No,
But
I'm
40's
not
a big
shrugging
one.
it off. I got a little emotional just writing a message on look, I was a teenager when I started on this show. I've grown up with the audience, and the audience has allowed me to have this wonderful life because they've supported this show since I was a teenager. So I feel sentimental because I truly have grown up in front of our eyes.
That's enough of that. If you want to catch everything that Juju is doing with Trista, you should. Roz joined the last one because it's very good. You're going to do one, at least one more, but probably only one more this season, you're thinking, correct?
Right. Tomorrow night after game 4, probably going to be a sweep. Get your brooms out because it's not looking pretty for the Mercury. We will be going live on LeBatardShow YouTube page. You feel me? Also, listen to us at any time on the DLS Hoops page. Anytime. Thursdays, We record some Friday shows also, as well as a Tuesday show. Great promoter, bro. I put that so great.
I want to get to some of the stuff from football here with you because we haven't talked all that much football and the polls today. Shedeur Sanders, is he now the number 2 in Cleveland, or he's still not the number 2 in Cleveland?
No, he's still number 2. Yeah, I mean, just by process of elimination. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not really surprising. What's shocking is Joe Flacco is number 1. This is nuts.
Right, but the coach came out. Stefanski said he's not making any decisions just yet. So Shedeur may need to park it for a little while. In my opinion, I think the way they've handled this is goofing up the process. There's no harm in saying, yeah, he's number 2 for now. What are we gonna do? Trot Deshaun Watson out there?
It's really, it's the whole Shedeur thing is so weird. And again, I do trace back to that story that Schefter had a couple months ago, which is like he apparently told the Ravens he didn't want to go there because he didn't see a path. And ironically enough, he'd probably be playing right now if he wanted to be a pro in that moment. Dylan Gabriel didn't look bad in that first start. He's got arm talent. That's a tough spot. A Brian Flores defense in London for your first start. He's got to be on the field for a little bit there, but we know how this goes with the Cleveland Browns. Sanders is definitely getting added to that laundry list jersey that we see photoshopped every time a new quarterback lines up under center.
Right. Also, us as Shedeur fans, I'm a Shedeur supporter. You feel me? Since Colorado or whatever they do, I'm always locked in. But we have to be realistic as Shedeur fans. Dylan Gabriel looked amazing last Sunday. Like that Vikings defense, that ain't nothing to play with. You feel me? Overseas, that time change, family not being able to come. Dylan Gabriel stepped up, and he deserves that spot.
Yeah, Juju, there were a lot of people that didn't deliver in the game's final moments. Now, he maybe missed a throw in that final drive, but taking off 11 seconds in that final drive from Stefanski, who's a good coach and should know better, that really hurt their chances. And the defense just gave out at the end and allowed a 90-yard drive to Carson Wentz.
Yes, sir. Also, before we move on, I want to send a special happy birthday shout out to my brother, John Dufek, a.k.a. Juanito Almania, from your lovely partner. You feel me? She sent that in. Vanessa Campos, I see you.
Happy birthday to him.
I don't know that.
I don't care. Good luck. Ow.
You guys were more impressed by Dylan Gabriel than I was just because he didn't complete anything downfield.
No, he did. I guess we were watching a different game, especially down the end. Like, he put him in position. Dylan Gabriel's arm talent is why he got drafted in the 3rd round. He is a talented thrower of the football. It's that damn height thing.
Yeah. The other thing, too, that's probably the game plan, right? Blitzing a ton. Let's get the ball out quick. We're not going to go stretch the field. We don't really have anybody do that outside of Isaiah Bond.
And he's proven to be, in his brief time in the pros, pretty turnover prone. And we'll see if that cleans up. But he was not the reason that they lost. I thought he played pretty well considering the situation.
Do you think you could play an NFL game with like those lifts that you put inside your shoes that they sell on Instagram that take you from like 5'10" to 6'3", but you can't tell the difference because they're normal shoes?
Doesn't that ankle sprain though? That ankle sprain gonna be high and tight.
Sorry, you wear high tops, maybe.
Sorry,
I didn't mean that.
I have a pair of those boots.
There's a photo of Robert De Niro walking around on the set because these actors are all smaller than everyone else, that with like 6-inch heels, basically, that aren't 6-inch heels. They're just platform shoes that make him taller because they're what are the Dutch shoes called that are
clogs?
Clogs that are sort of like bricks that you just put on your feet.
They're wooden. They don't flex.
Dano, we got some breaking news. We got some breaking news. I'm so sorry. LeBron James, yes, sir. LeBron James is being sued for $856.66 in a small claims court by a Lakers fan claiming that he was duped by LeBron James's ad. The fan says that he bought 2 tickets to see the Lakers versus Cavs, but when the decision was revealed to be just an ad, the tickets lost almost all their value. Back to you.
Thank you, Juju. Important breaking news. I do appreciate that. Let's update some polls here before we get out of here for the day at Le Batard Show. There are the Robert De Niro shoes. Are you guys suggesting that Dylan Gabriel play in those shoes?
No, what I want is you just slide into these shoes. You can't even tell. They're like insoles, but they're a lift.
Okay, so you want something more discreet than the De Niro model of shoe that is a
looks
little
like Frankenstein.
But why?
Right.
He did have that role once.
At LeBatard Show on the polls, what do we have today, Juju?
Are we all thicker now? I'm definitely thicker now. I realized I weighed 235 yesterday. 94% of the audience says yes, we are.
Ow!
Have you ever given an inadvertent middle finger to someone? 56% of the audience says no, they have not.
Ow!
Is Billy Gill really the fourth highest ranked whatever football whatever in whatever? 80% of the audience says yes, he is.
Congratulations,
Ow.
Billy. Does a record player make the music sound better?
This is big for you guys. You guys are, but which way do you think this is going to go? You guys,
They're going to listen to us.
You know you're going to
want
lose.
to regurgitate a cliche that has become truth, even though it's false.
61% of the audience says yes, it does make the music sound
Hipster
better.
doofuses.
Sheeple.
If I gave you 2 hours, could you physically go find a typewriter? 56% of the audience says no, they cannot.
Ow!
And last poll, do you trust the guy who doesn't do the dap hug combo correctly? 84% of the audience says no, they don't. And those are your polls.
The Yankee lose. Thank you, Juju. Cory Booker's definitely fucking on that ladder.
Oh, yeah.